card out. And the Orioles, well, they won a ball game. Luke Scott continues hot, getting the long ball, and the manager likes that. At the end, sign off on a win. 1-0 for Buck. It's the Orioles on Masson in game number 2 under the new regime with Buck Showalter in the dugout. The Orioles coming away with that victory against the Angels last night, and an impressive win it was. A hot summer night here at Camden Yards. Many agree today that the ball game last night for the Orioles may have been the best played ball game that they've had all season long. They did not hurt themselves. They took advantage of opportunities, and they got things done. Take a look at some of the key moments of the ball game. Sometimes they get lost because they weren't the big moments, but they led to them. In last night's game, there was this balk with a pitcher going to his eye. That moved a runner down to second base. 4 pitches later, Luke Scott delivers a home run, 2 RBIs. A stolen base. Felix P.A. able to beat it out. That led to an intentional pass to Matt Wieters. That would set up this, a double by Bell and a couple of RBIs. All because the Orioles took advantage of the opportunity given. And then this one thrown away. Adam Jones heads down to second base. That would set up another hit by Wieters, who had a 3-for-3 ball game. Good enough for the RBI, and the Orioles did things right. That is what Buck Showalter asked of them in the pregame meeting, Jim, and in Game 1, that's what they did.
Yeah, if you're Mike Socha and you're managing the Angels, you say, well, the perfect storm. It hit Camden Yards last night as far as he's concerned, because Guthrie's been marvelous his last 4 starts. He got the clutch hits. They got more hits last night than they did in their previous 5 games of runners in scoring position. They played great defense. They ran the bases well. And I'll tell you what, it just happens. To win again, they're going to have it happen again tonight, and that's where the difficulty lies.
That's the habit you're trying to get into, to play that kind of ball game every night for the long baseball season. We'll see if they can do it next. Game 2 of the Angel Series first pitch. Coming up. Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Warm, humid day again. And It's going to be around 90 degrees. We'll get a game time when we start. Some overcast tonight. As we get set for game number 2, let's take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. For the Angels, Ibar, Turris, and Abreu, Hunter, Kendrick, Rivera, Napoli, Mathis, and Borges in his second Major League game. Napoli this year against lefties. That's why he's playing.
And our PNC scouting report, lost at home, has yet to win this year. It's a combination of maybe not pitching as well as he would like when we talk about Brian Mattis. Also the lack of run support. And again, this is a kind of a homer haven if you throw a lot of fly balls. And he's about 26 more fly balls than ground balls. Of course, he can throw the ground ball, and part of it is throw strike one and have better command than you did in your last start. Early lead, walk 4. And then the bullpen gave up some runs. So, again, capable of pitching better, needs to do that by throwing strikes.
And our scouting report brought to you by PNC as the Orioles get set to go looking for that second win. And that pitch is going to be taken up high, and we are underway. Eric Ibar leading it off. Ibar had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. He is struggling a bit at the plate right now. And shows bunt. He will take that one, and the count will go to 2-0 as Ibar, always a bunt threat. He leads the majors, 29 infield hits, but he's had only 2 hits in his last 22 at bats. 2-0 count on him, and Brian Mattis needs to throw strikes. A key tonight again, and that's going to be on the inside corner to Ibar.
Yeah, only one base runner in Kansas City the first 3 innings, and then the 4 walks. And Juan Samuel, who was the interim manager at the time, and he took him out. Hendrickson gave up a couple of the runs.
Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that will be fouled off. For Brian Mattis against the Angels, one start, August of 2009. It was here in this ballpark, and he gave up 5 runs, 4 earned on 11 hits over 5 2/3 inning, walks 3 in that ball game. So his lifetime mark is 0-1 against this Angels team, which has really struggled since the All-Star break. They are 7-10, and that will be popped up behind the mound as Turris coming in, and he's got it. About the young pitcher tonight, the new manager had this to say.
He goes through some of the same struggles that all young pitchers do. I've said before, baseball's unlike any other sport. You come out of college and you can be all pro in football. You can come out of high school and impact the NBA. Baseball, there's an apprenticeship that you have to go through and understand. Some guys come at different times, but on a given night, he's certainly shown that he's capable of pitching up here.
Brian Mattis with the 3-11 mark this year, 8-13 lifetime. Mattis making his 22nd start of the season. Macer is Turris, hitting at .219, batting in that number 2 spot. He had an 0 for 3 in the ball game last night. That one towards the hole, hit slowly. Roberts diving and didn't get him. And that was just a matter of speed and an infield hit.
Yeah, tremendous range by Brian Roberts. He did everything he could. He's going to get to it. He's going to slide. Not a bad pitch. Good approach by Macer Turris. And then there's your bang-bang play. And again, the speed. The ball away, if you're a right-handed hitter, allows you to get out of the box. And that's the difference between being out or getting the first hit of the game.
The Orioles had him played the other way. Brian Roberts was moved over towards the bag, so he had a ways to go. Here's Abreu. He's the designated hitter tonight after making the start in left field in the ball game last night. And the first pitch to him is a strike on the inside corner. The lefties against Brian Mattis hitting .280. The right-handers .276. 12 of the 14 home runs he surrendered, though, have been hit by the right-handers.
And Abreu a little bit better right against the right-handers. 4 of his 12 home runs against lefties, average all the way down to .229.
He'll foul it away. 266 off righties and the .229 off left-handers for the veteran Bobby Abreu.
Yeah, he's the type of hitter that, again, this is exactly the way you want to pitch him, because now you can get him to expand the strike zone a little bit, but he's the type of guy who's going to hurt you if you fall behind him.
Abreu is playing in his 99th game against the Orioles here tonight. 0-2 count. Runner at first base is Turris. A long look, and that will be fouled away. The running game, obviously, not what it was with the Angels, but they'll still try and go. And the Orioles have given up 22 out of 22 in stolen bases since June 23. You can be sure Mike Scioscia knows that. We'll give it an opportunity here tonight. He may run some. As Torres 5 out of 6 in stealing bases. Abreu the 0-2, and Brian Mattis will throw over.
Yeah, they've been somewhat successive, 12 out of 15 against Madison. Probably the best these games of holding runners was early on against Tampa. They go on the first move and he would just throw over there. It's hard to have that wind up with your hands high where you start your hands first and then your legs. So they go on the first move.
Ooh, what an off-speed delivery there. He had him.
Well, big change of speed right there. It's not only the break of the ball, but 74 miles per hour. So again, Abreu's got to expand, and he's just trying to make contact. Not a great pitch, but got it right on the outside perimeter of the plate. And you can see the H.H. Gregg's going to slow that curveball down, and that's what Bobby Abreu is trying to time. Couldn't do it.
Exmo brought to you by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg price and advice guaranteed. So his Torres still at first. Here's Hunter. Corey Hunter with a 7-game hit streak made the magnanimous move to right field, where he is now going to stay. Last night, first time he played right since 1999, and he went there saying all the right things, although you know it's got to touch his soul when you are a Gold Glove player in center field and one of the greatest ever to play there, to be moved to right field, and it is a permanent move. That's where he's going to be.
Yeah, I would imagine it'd be permanent as long as Peter Borges can come up and play like he did at AAA. And of course, that's the big question. But he will be in center field till something changes. I told him, look how easy it is to get assists.
Yeah, got one last night.
I said, you're 1 for 1.
There goes the runner, and no throw. That was a pitch Wieters had no chance on. So the stolen base goes to Torres, putting a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, he's 6 out of 1. He just goes on the first move, so he got a chance to see Brian Mattis. Mattis 0-2, now 1-2, so he kind of fell asleep a little bit. And I mean, this is what the Angels, they're not scoring a lot of runs, so try to get some guys into scoring position for Torrey Hunter.
1-2 count on Hunter, and Hunter, the slow roller, is going to be a tough play. Bell up, running throw to first base, not going to be in time. Wigginton will run it over to make sure his Torres will stay. So 2 infield hits here in the first inning.
Well, it's going to be a nice play, not only by Josh Bell. They were out early today taking balls off the bat and hitting fungo. So he's going to make a nice play. Again, speed prevails here, and Wigginton makes a very nice play because he anticipates it. P.A. Jones and Markakis, that's the outfield here at Camden Yards for the Orioles. Josh Bell, Asturis, Roberts, and Wigginton around the infield with Matt Wieters. 3 hits last night, catching.
So now Mattis here in the first inning with 2 down, deals with Howie Kendrick. Kendrick's got a 6-game hit streak, 2 for 4 last night. There's the off-speed breaking ball that is in there for a strike. Kendrick last night delivered his 9th home run. That came in the 5th inning with Cayespo on, extending his hit streak to 6 games. He would follow with a double and another run scored.
Yeah, he is their best hitter with runners in scoring position at over 300 to 302. So just getting him to the plate is a big deal for the Angels.
0-1 count. Kendrick, runner goes. Hunter had a huge jump. No throw and 2 stolen bases in the inning. He was a third of the way down before the ball was released.
Well, it could be one of those nights. And again, you don't have a good move. You're young. I think Buck Showalter talked about it. He said, listen, kind of a transitional period where you learn. It's apprenticeship. So he just goes on the first move and he makes it easily.
So now 2 in scoring position for Kendrick. The 0-2 is bounced, and Wieters able to block that. Kendrick 244 off lefties, 283 off right-handers. Here's a big early moment in this ball game. Brian Mattis has given up a lot of early runs in a game. 52% of the runs surrendered have been scored in the first 3 innings of ball games, including 11 in the first, 11 in the second, and 16 in the third. 1-2 delivery on the way. Fastball he wouldn't chase. 2-2.
And it's not exactly when you're not getting a lot of run support. Remember the 2.62 at home. I mean, that's the third or fourth lowest in the American League. And you look on deck and you see Juan Rivera. So it's not like you can pitch around Kendrick. Because the last thing you want to do is have a big inning in the first inning.
2 on, 2 down, 2-2 count. And Kendrick will take that one in the air to right center field. It is playable. And that's the inning. Markakis over and put it away. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left in scoring position. Mattis works his way out of it. Call Matt Wieters before he could even get into the dugout over to talk about pitch selection, maybe?
Well, pitch selection, the running game, maybe trying to get Brian to throw over a little bit. I mean, you got to make him at least pretend that you're paying attention to him, even though you got to get the hitters out.
Really good. Here's the starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Roberts, Markakis, Wigginton, Scott Jones, and PA. Wieters, Bell, and Asturis. Nick Markakis, very solid against Santana.
And our scouting report brought to you by PNC. Let's take a look at what the Angels will need to do to achieve success tonight. Well, he's great on the road, third with ERA, 6 innings or more, very consistent. 29 on the last to make that 34 starts. And then Markakis, Nick, 3 home runs, 4 doubles in his 9 hits off of Santana. Get on for him.
And Roberts leading it off, had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. Fewer hits than innings pitched. Strikeouts 119. That's going to be a base hit into left field. Brian Roberts, a 370 hitter off Santana, keeps that number right there with a single.
Well, this is what Brian Roberts does so well, which is staying inside the baseball. He's going to let the ball travel, and it helps that be a fastball right down the middle. I was talking today, it's kind of like spring training for him in the sense he doesn't really hit that many balls for power early on, still working on contact. And we'll see now, because the one thing you can do against Santana, you can run on him. 23 out of 27 if you're trying to steal bases.
And Mathis throws out only 20% of base stealers. Now Nick Markakis has been moved into that 2-hole. And Markakis will take it outside for a ball. Nick continues to be second in doubles in the league. He had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. Cabrera of Detroit with 36. Nick's got 35. Joe Mauer behind him at 34 in doubles. Brian Roberts at first base. Santana makes the easy toss over. Brian, of course, not had time to do much running. He's 3-0 stealing bases. And he certainly has seen Santana and is familiar with the move. Santana owns a 3-3 mark lifetime against the Orioles. 1-0 count. Markakis will take that one for a strike. The highest slugging percentage against Santana for those who've had 20 or more at bats. Nick Markakis is at the top with a .917 number with Blaylock, Jeter, Wilkerson, and Nelson Cruz against a very good 27-year-old right-hander.
Yeah, he's got 4 good pitches.
1-1. Roberts fake to go. The pitch out called by Scioscia. 2-1.
Well, I don't know. I never liked that to get myself into a hitter's count. I mean, understand what Mike, former catcher, terrific manager. He's thinking maybe we can get an out here without having to actually put the ball in play, but it didn't work. So now you're into one of those hitters count. The guy's already got 3 home runs and 4 doubles. So he can pretty much look for what he wants outside and drive the ball somewhere if you're Nick Markakis.
9 for 24 off Santana, and Santana will miss. Markakis gets ahead on the count, 3-1. There you see the season numbers, and he gets ahead. 0-1, 3-11, 1-0, 536. Now the overall average against him is 256, which isn't that bad. Left-handers 279, right-handers 231. Roberts goes, driven deep to center. Borges is back on the warning track and makes the catch. And Roberts was all the way around second base. He'll scurry back to first. So there's our first real look at the new center fielder playing in his second major league game.
Yeah, he makes this look pretty easy because you can see he's not playing that deep. Gets back, gets a read, new ballpark. Right now the feet are under the warning track, and he's able to catch it. Mike Scioscia said he's the type of center fielder that you don't have to really overplay. Maybe 2-3 steps either side because he has that type of, he can really run the ball down.
He is a speed demon. Here's Ty Wigginton, an 0 for 2 last night. Runner at first, Roberts. I asked Scioscia about Borges' positioning, and Mike kind of smiled and said, well, he was pretty shallow last night. He's backed him up a little bit tonight, maybe even 3 steps, because last night he was really in against almost everybody.
Yeah, well, I think, again, we talked about this is such a small ballpark, you have a tendency to do that.
That one down the line and right is curving to Souvenir Land.
I've been to the ballpark in Salt Lake City, and again, you have altitude. It's a big ballpark, so there'd be a tendency maybe to probably play a little bit deeper there. But on here, this is such a shallow ballpark, especially the power alleys, 365 or 64 to left center, 373 to right center. You have a tendency. He's looking around right now, how deep I am. And we saw him move back later in the game last night.
Conscious of it, Mike has talked with him as he works his way into the new position here. Wigginton 4 for 11 with a home run off Santana. Roberts does not go. He did not hold up on that one, and the count goes to 2 strikes.
Well, there's that slider, Chris. With that kind of slider, you may not need this defense. Rivera, Borges, Hunter, Historis, Ibar, Kendrick, and Napoli. And Napoli behind the plate last night. Now Mike moves to first, and Jeff Mathis with a rib cage injury. Chris Davis, a little collision, so he's finally back in the lineup behind the plate.
0-2 count. Step off and no throw made. Santana has a tremendous road ERA, 3rd best in the American League at 2.73 coming into this game. 3rd best on the road overall at 3.65, and nothing wrong with that either. The pitch, and did he go? They want to check at first, and no. Hunter Wendelstedt. Santana's won 4 of his last 6 decisions, coming off 2 wins against Texas, 6-2 and 9-7. Games he pitched 6 and 8 innings in respectively. He's had a couple of wins, 2 losses, non-decision in his last 5. 1-2. Roberts is running. That's outside. No throw. And Brian Roberts has got a stolen base. 4 for 4.
Yeah, don't think that catchers can't see the kind of jump. Rick Dempsey talks about this all the time. You see the jump, you think you got to hurry, and then sometimes you're going out there. There's the lead. Straight steal, doesn't even look, and again, he couldn't get a grip on it, trying to get the exchange right there out of the hand. Hot, humid night here.
So that puts a runner in scoring position with 1 away for Wigginton, who now has a 2-ball, 2-strike count. And Ty. That one inside, and a big strikeout, 2 down.
Well, those are 2 really good sliders to Ty Wigginton. This one more of a, when you talk to people, they talk about either is it a curveball or a slider. Watch this ball go down. So the illusion is it's going to stay up in the zone. And again, when the difference between a good breaking ball and a bad one, the good one you get on top, and the spin is either, with great tilt down or across the plate. Doesn't hang around the strike zone very long.
That will bring up Luke Scott. Runner at second base and 2 away. The designated hitter at 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. 4 for 12 lifetime off Santana. 2 down. Scott, and that one is going to miss for a ball. Last night he delivered 7th home run since the All-Star break for Luke Scott. And Scott continues to pound them out here. 14 of his 19 home runs hit here at Camden Yards, where he's got a .342 average compared with .222 on the road. And Scott the other way on a jam shot, and that will end up in the seats, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count on him.
Well, you can see why Santana is capable of being a terrific pitcher. I mean, in the mid-90s, he's got a sharp breaking ball. We haven't even seen the changeup. Luke was talking about it, that Terry Crowley, Orioles hitting instructor, was saying, okay, he's got 4 real good pitches, and Luke said, well, I'll probably see that changeup. But that curveball is about as good, or slider, or whatever you want to call it, in between.
1-ball, 1-strike count. Roberts off second base. And Scott, another breaking ball that comes down and into him and misses. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count. And Santana throwing 15 pitches so far in the inning and trying to work it around. But Showalter continuing to observe. Spent most of the night up front, right there on the front rail in game number 1 for him. That one is in there. Pulled that one towards the middle part of the plate. 2-ball, 2-strike count.
That's one of those get me over breaking balls. Scott most likely sitting on a fastball and wasn't near as good as the first 2, but they weren't strikes, and that was. And it gets him back into the count. Now Luke's got to be a little more defensive.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Brian Roberts off second base. Ibar trying to hold him close. The 2-2 breaking ball misses. There's the throw, and it gets away. And had it not, Brian may be hurt here.
Well, I think it hit his leg.
Remember, it's the back that has been the ongoing problem for him. And he doesn't look very good. Not good at all. Now, whether it was the back or the ball hitting him is the question. But he is really limping.
Yeah, see, I thought it hit his foot, and it did. So I think that, hopefully, that's where the pain is. And it's not back related. We've already seen him make the great diving play off the bat of Asturias. So again, you hope it's foot related. And you hope it's nothing, but it is something. So better the foot than the back.
3-ball, 2-strike count on Scott. Santana's pitch will be fouled away.
Yeah, Richie Van Sells, that trainer, he's going to come out.
Because he's limping, and Showalter's going to come out with him.
Well, they just want to make sure. And he's kind of shooing them away.
I got to believe this is more than his foot. Brian Roberts, it has been a season of watching. Only the 13th game that he has played in for the Orioles.
Well, he obviously gets hit by the ball, but and again, that certainly could hurt. But again, you make a great point, because again, hurt the back in late January. He tried to pretty much put spring training in about 8 or 10 days at the end, and but a couple of epidurals, and then the long rehab.
But Showalter was talking about it today, about how much Brian would play, and he said, I'm going with the doctor and the trainers on this. They'll tell me, and whatever they tell me, that's where I'm going. Brian's trying. 3-ball, 2-strike count, 2 down here. Luke Scott. Scott will top that one to Kendrick at second base. And we'll see if Brian Roberts can come out and play here, as he will walk back with Gary Allenson.
Brian Roberts trots back out onto the field after that awkward play at second base. It's just a reminder of that herniated disc that he is playing with. Now, he told me today, and he is walking out to the field right now, so that's a good sign, but he told me today that mentally that herniated disc is not on his mind, but physically he does have lingering pain, and that's just going to be part of it. He's going to have to play over the next 2 months with that type of pain. The good news is that we did see Brian show that he wasn't as tentative as he had been on the base pass. We saw him dive head first just a moment ago before that injury, and then we saw him also show some good range at second there in the first. So we'll see if this is just a foot injury or if he tweaked that back again, and hopefully we'll have an update for you. Gary?
And he nods to Brian Mattis. He waited as long as he could, but you can see. Well, you can see. Yep. Here's Juan Rivera. Rivera did not play in the ball game last night, making the start in left field in this one. And Brian Mattis' pitch will be taken up high for a ball. Rivera has had ups and downs this season, trying to hold his position. The numbers have not been what they wanted. Roberts continues to move and limp almost in place. That's going to go to center field for a base hit. So Rivera, 255 off the lefties this year. Starts it out with a single, the third hit for the Angels, and a leadoff single here in the second inning. So Napoli will come up with a runner on. Napoli's got a 5-game hit streak. He extended it in last night's game with a 1-for-3. He did the catching last night and moves to first base in this ball game. 33 of his 38 appearances have come as a first baseman. And Napoli will take the pitch for a strike. He's got a tremendous differential, 356 off lefties and 213 off righties.
Well, a lot of it has to do with the breaking ball. He's a real good fastball hitter. We saw that. I mean, Guthrie made a great pitch down and away, hit it off the base of the wall, right down the right field line. So again, the breaking ball going away from him from the right-hander gives him problems, if well executed. If you hang it, it's a different story.
Keeping an eye on Brian out there, you can just watch him move around as he tries to loosen up whatever the problem is. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Napoli. The Angels team coming in 8 games behind Texas. That is fouled off. The bidding war continued today in the bankruptcy court in Texas. When we went on the air, no decision had been reached by the bankruptcy judge between Mark Cuban's group, that includes a businessman from Houston, and the Nolan Ryan group, headed by a businessman and a friend of Nolan Ryan's. The Ryan group had been outbid by $25 million this afternoon. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And a chopper literally off the plate. That'll be a foul ball. Then he'll stay at 1-2.
Yeah, there's the changeup trying to get him roll over. And of course, you want to do it. Rivera doesn't run very well, so you probably will not see him going, maybe even 3-2. Napoli can strike out, but he's up there for one reason, and that's to hit the ball with authority. And if Brian Mattis, when he's pitching well, he's able to stay out of harm's way because he can pitch inside, off the plate, and then he's got a curveball changeup away from the right-handed hitter.
1-2. Look to first, not a big lead. And at the short, 1 hopper. Brian Roberts, there's 1. A relay.
Yeah, not a very good relay, and you wonder if that's foot related or back related. And
fortunately, that was as easy a double play as you'll ever get, so Brian didn't have to have a runner coming into him.
Yeah, nice plays by Cesar Asturias, because he'll take the short hop, and there's the shovel throw, and then you can just see him way underneath it.
Brian,
well, you know he doesn't want to come out because he's worked hard enough to get to this point. But again, backs are backs, and you cannot play any sport. You can't even sit and watch TV if your back hurts.
Mathis will take it for a strike, so the double play. An important one there, picked up by Brian Mattis to get the 2 outs. Mathis doing the catching, 1 for 3. The only times he has faced Brian Mattis. Getting some playing time, as Jim said, finally back in the lineup. 38th game, 235 average, 3 homers, 10 RBIs. Fouled off outside of third base, and a 1-ball, 2-strike.
Yeah, it's been a tough year for him because he had the foul ball off his hand, so he missed some times in the DL, and then the Chris Davis collision when Texas was in town. He said it was a fair play. It's just, he said he caught his right elbow under his rib cage. It takes a while to heal.
And that will chase him. Brian Mattis gets the strikeout, his second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Here at Camden Yards tonight, no score. And we congratulate Alex Rodriguez, who finally got it done today, becoming the 7th and youngest player to reach 600 home runs. Took him 12 games, 46 at-bats before he got it. First at-bat today in a Yankees 5-1 win over Toronto. He got it. The all-time home run list looks like this. A-Rod with a legitimate shot at catching Bonds. How much do the 3 years in Texas where he admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs tinge that? I don't know. Adam Jones will lead it off here.
Yeah, you know, you look at that list, and, of course, Bonds leading now. A-Rod and Barry Bonds had a lot in common. They were both terrific players, but somehow needed to use performing-enhancing drugs. I mean, they could beat you so many different ways.
Yep.
You know, and it's a shame, but, of course, it did get him a huge contract. Of course, public opinion.
Yeah.
I guess that's important. It certainly is among your peers and the people that come out and support the game. But for Yankee fans, they won.
Yeah. And
they needed a win. Yeah, they had, lost 4 out of the last 5, 3 in a row. So that was a big home run for them.
Adam Jones, I do find completely personal, like when we do this date in baseball, when I see McGuire, Sosa, Canseco, Bonds, that one to the right field, it's going to be near the wall, and off the top, it's in play. It will be a double. Adam Jones just missing the home run.
Going to take a look. Umpires are going to be interested in this one. And, of course, Torrey Hunter, that ball right off St. Louis. And, again, ball falls straight down. So Torrey uses to play in center field. Adam easily into second base. Of course, when he starts hitting well, this is what he does. He drives the ball the other way. Tremendous power. Speaking of A-Rod, tremendous power for Adam the other way.
And a leadoff double for the Orioles. That will be their second hit of the ball game. Here's Felix Piet with a 3-game hit streak. Great stop. Mathis had to go inside and in the dirt. To complete the thought, I was going to say is when I see their names and they've had a landmark day, I'm inclined to skip it. I'm not saying that's fair.
I agree with
but I do.
Well, again, I mean, I think it just cheapens the numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying because I played in an era. I mean, I saw Frank Robinson hit 49 home runs, and those, he was a heck of a hitter. 586 home runs, legitimate.
Yeah. That's what is so unbelievable, especially in Bond's case. I mean, he is one of the best baseball players to ever live.
Well, that was my point with A-Rod. A-Rod could do a lot of things. I mean, 20 years old, won a batting title, hitting .358.
What
didn't need to do steroids.
Do that, right?
Home runs and other guys doing it. We know what moved Barry Bonds, that great stretch run in '98 with Sosa and McGuire getting all the adulation. He felt like he was left out. He's already winning MVPs and Gold Gloves and stealing bases and hitting his 30 home runs, beating you every way you want a player to beat you.
Yep. And history will tell how much of an impact it has. Runner on at second here. Felix Pierre with a 3-0 count. Wieters waiting on deck after a big night last night. Orioles runners in scoring position last night, 5 for 11, only 140 in the previous 17 games. But they came through last night. 3-0 delivery. Santana just lays that one in there. And the count goes to 3-1.
Well, we saw early in last night's game where Josh Bell, the rookie third baseman, couldn't advance the runner. A couple of doubles, one by PA. The Orioles were trailing 2-0. Wieters got him in. And he got the look from Buck. So PA's trying to hit the ball to the right side here. That's his job.
And that's a fair ball. That'll get a run in. Chased down by Hunter. Pin around the wall, and he's going to go for 3. There'll be a relay throw. Not in time. It is a triple and an RBI.
Well, I'm going to see if my memory, but didn't PA hit against the cycle against the Angels and have a triple last year and ended up with kind of maybe over glorifying it, even though I'm sure I would be happy if I had the hit for the cycle. But right there, a triple, getting the ball over works wonders. Not only does he get Adam Jones over, he gets him in.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. And of course, Socha took exception to it because, he's a young kid, 24 years old. It's for the cycle. I'd be happy when I slid into third.
Now he's limping. Gary Allenson talking with him. He gets up slowly at third. Here's Wieters, a 1-0 lead for the Orioles. Throw down. PA gets back as Turris over to take the throw. Big night for Matt last night. 3 for 3. A couple of RBIs in the ball game, and they came. The double, he got an intentional pass and would score. And it was just a good night for Matt Wieters. And now he comes up here with a runner in scoring position and nobody out.
We got a good situation to hit in because only at third base with Turris is anybody playing in. Napoli back, Kendrick back, fly ball will score a run. Boy, and when you're not scoring a lot of runs, which is what the Orioles have done, still under 4 runs a game, around 3.8, you got to get these runs in. And then, of course, you got Santana going to try to strike him out.
And that will be taken inside. Both of these teams offensively challenged. As the Orioles, runs per game, 3.6 next to last. The Angels, 4.5. They are 8th. But Mike Socha's team is 11th in average. The Orioles are 9th. And that pitch will be taken away by Wieters and a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Santana's taking a lot of deep counts and working behind hitters.
Well, it is, and some of it has to do with Mattis has been able to get through the first 2 innings unscathed. And again, of course, when you give off those leadoff doubles, I think I got to be perfect. Yep.
Wieters will take it up high in the walk. So 2 on now with nobody out. Our second inning brought to you by Luna. Team doubles leaders, Howie Kendrick for the Angels with 28. Nick Markakis leads the O's, 35. And as we said, second in the league for Nick. Call today for the Luna double and get your second room of flooring free. Call 877-241-LUNA. First free pass issued by Ervin Santana. So Bell, with runners at first and third and nobody out, gets another chance. Last night, 2 out, 2 RBI double, 6th inning. First extra base hit and RBI of his major league career. Can't hold up on that one. Last night.
Yep, well, 2 RBIs. He got a good hitter's count, 2-0. Sliced it to left field. We talked about using the whole field. Drove in 2 runs. Very timely hit as the Orioles would win by 3, 6-3. Right here, he just doesn't want to strike out.
Bell will take that breaking ball down low. There are the numbers for the new permanent third baseman for the moment, for the rest of the year. At Norfolk this year, 278, 13 homers, 50 RBIs. In his career, almost 500 games, 287, 69 homers, 292 RBIs. Very good minor league average. That one into left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. He's got another RBI. PA will score, and the Orioles have a 2-0 lead.
Well, another great approach by a rookie. And the great thing about Josh Bell, he's going to get a chance over the last 2 months with Tejada now in San Diego to do exactly this. Come up in clutch situations where you have a veteran pitcher. Santana only 27, but this is his 5th year. And do some damage. And that's part of the approach.
And a little meeting of the minds now as Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, out to talk to Irvin Santana. As Santana's been touched up in the inning. 3 hits and a walk. Still nobody out, and runners on at first and second base. And Buck Showalter clearly talking about Brian Roberts. As Roberts is coming out in the on-deck circle. And trying desperately to stay in the game. Limping as he is. Shows bunt. Drops a good one. Play's got to go to first. Santana looked to third, but they didn't have the wheel on. There was nobody covering. Sacrifice for his first.
Yeah, normally what happens if you defense it the way they do, Santana, the third baseman will go back. But watch him just go right to the foul line. And right here, he's going to get it. They would have had a force, but they don't put that particular play on. So the Orioles, again, the little things. They did them all last night, and it parlayed it into a win. So Izturis did his job.
5th sacrifice of the year for Izturis, and now Brian Roberts, who had a single and a stolen base. We'll see if he can swing the bat. Brian's got 2 in scoring position as Wieters goes to third and Bell goes to second. Santana with 1 down, infield back, and Roberts will take it for a strike.
Low strike, and he doesn't even look back. I mean, that's the veteran hitter saying, you know what, it's only strike 1. Probably a questionable call, kind of low, but who cares? Not strike 3. You get 3 strikes. You take so many first pitches anyway, because what's the difference?
Yeah. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him. Brian on the ground ball. That'll get a run in. Ibar will go over to first base. RBI for Roberts, and the Orioles have a 3-0 lead as Wieters scores. And tonight's Maryland Lottery Hit It Here fan of the game, Gerald Dunn from Westminster. Oriole fan, if it's the Hit It Here sign that's hit, located in that bullpen area, Gerald, you win $100,000. Find out more about how you can become the fan of the game. Visit mdlottery.com. Hit it here. Good luck. So Roberts gets the RBI. Runner at third base now with 2 down. And Nick Markakis will take it for a strike. And Brian got the job done. First 3 Orioles get on, and they have all scored. Bell off third base. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Markakis takes the fastball, and that's going to be inside to Nick. For Markakis this season, 295 with runners in scoring position, almost the same as his overall batting average, which is 290. And that's held that way virtually all year. His average overall and his average with runners in scoring position have been about the same.
Yeah, it really has. He's been very consistent. Already with just about the same walks as he had all of last year. But again, you got to make really good pitches to get him out. And that's why he's almost a 300 hitter, whether they're on or not.
2-1 delivery on the way to him, and thought about it. Stays off that tough down and in breaking ball.
Well, this is not about stuff for Santana. It's about command. He's got good stuff. He just can't command it tonight. He's already given up more runs than he averages on the road.
The Orioles have done that here in the second inning. Markakis ahead on the count, 3-1. And that's in there for a strike. So a full count to Nick Markakis. 3-ball, 2-strike count, 2 down. Orioles with a 3-run second inning so far. Bell off third base, 3-2. Markakis will foul that one away. For Markakis this season at home, 267, 311 on the road for Nick. He's delivered 3 of the 7 home runs here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Outfield gives him the gap in right center. Second time on a 3-2. And he'll have to do it again.
Yeah, you know, we talked about the 3 home runs and the 4 doubles out of his 9 hits off of Santana. And right there, a lot of times I had hitters that must have seen the ball real well. You get the idea that he sees the ball pretty well off of Santana. That's a pretty good curveball, and he's able to stay on it. You know, a lot of times hitters will swing right through that. It was that good a hook.
Third time, 3-2 delivery. And the off-speed pitch got him. Just a good pitch. Santana gets his second strikeout, but the Orioles on the fly as PA rocketed one around the wall and right, got an RBI and a triple out of it. The 220th birthday of the United States Coast Guard, brought to you by Cisco Federal, a proud mission partner to the U.S. Department of Defense. By Panasonic Solutions Company, enhancing government through innovative technology. By Navy Federal Credit Union, we serve where you serve. And by DynCorp International, we serve today for a safe tomorrow. Coast Guard, one of the 5 armed forces, traces its roots back to August 4, 1790, and it is their 220th birthday. And we thank all of our armed forces for their dedication to protecting safety and security. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. 220 years old. Not a lot of folks who remember that day, number 1. Here's Peter Borges up. He made his Major League debut, 0 for 3 in the ball game. His dad, a scout for the Orioles, and may have his first hit. He does. A shot with Bell playing in literally tore the glove back, and that ball will be collected. Hit number 1.
Well, that's what the ability to bunt will do, even though you're just coming out of the minor leagues. 52 hits in a month down at AAA. Hitting over 430 in the last 29 games, and he just rips one. So there it is.
Now the fun begins for Brian Mattos. His first major league hit, but this is a base stealer of some renown at the minor league level. And the signs have been given. Ibar popped out his first time up. And Mattos will have to keep an eye on him. Shows bunt and will take the pitch up high for a ball. Borges on at first base. Ibar, good bunter. He's got everybody thinking bunt here, which gives him the advantage if he can put a ball in play of having everyone moving.
Yeah, everybody comes in anyway because of the double play. Want to get to the ball a little bit quicker, but I'd make sure you just get one with a 3-0 lead There's a good curveball.
Got that one in there for a strike.
But again, when Brian Mattis is on his game, and again, the inconsistency's been the problem. He'll be as good as he was in Kansas City and then lose his command in the 4th inning. He can throw some great pitches. And tonight, what he's done so well early on is been able to establish low and away with that fastball.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Again, Ibar started to square.
But if they give you an out here, excuse me, Gary, you take it, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a 3-0 lead. They're looking big inning, trying to get back. And he's going to be bunting for a base hit. But if they give you an out and you're playing it, take the out.
Borges in the minors, 141 stolen bases in 5 years, including 50 in 60 attempts in 08 in the California League. So he is a genuine base stealer.
I had him down, I think, for 27 out of 32 this year.
Looks like he's 12 years old, doesn't he?
Well, and but he's rangy. He's tall. I had a chance to meet him today. He looks like he's about 6'1", 6'2".
2 ball, 1 strike count. Runner not going. Ibar takes it. It is in there for a strike. He didn't think so. Turns away unhappily, but the count will still be 2-2. Ibar, 265 right-handed, 279 left. He's got 4 home runs on the season. Only 1 of those hit right-handed. Eric Ibar's a little tender right now anyway with the 2 hits in his last 23 at-bats, Skid. Here's the 2-2 delivery to him. Ibar to short, and that's going to be a base hit. Mr. Stove could not get to it. Adam Jones will get to it in a hurry to make sure Borges stays. So the first 2 are on here in the 3rd inning. Tonight's Thirst Inning Moment is brought to you by Budweiser, official beer of the Thirst Inning. Budweiser, it's what we do. Warm enough for a couple of those, actually.
Yeah, right around the forehead. Not that they don't taste good, but just cool off the whole body.
I agree.
Well, remember they had that hat company that you could have the liner inside your hat was actually like cooled off with water, kind of like a towel around the neck. Yeah,
you put it in
freeze it. Yeah.
Never had one of those.
Nor did I. I just saw it.
Yeah. Mesa is Turris. That's a really bad bunt. And Waiters has got it. And there's a big out.
Yep. They give you an out. You take it, and they don't get to advance the runner. For the Angels, this is the worst of the worst right here. And Matt Wieters says to Brian Mattis, I will get this.
Stay away.
Yep. Goodbye. There we go.
So 1 down. That sets up the possible double play with the runners unable to advance. Borges at second. Ibar at first base. Bobby Abreu, a strikeout victim. His first time up.
So you get him over, Gary, and you know this as well as I. You're going to play your infield back, and he can hit a roller to first base, and you got yourself a run, and you're back in the game, on the board. More pressure on a young 23-year-old starter. Now all of a sudden things change.
So if you're going bad again.
If you're going bad, Abreu, who's a terrific hitter, he bounces in a double play, and the inning's over.
2 left on in the first inning. 2 on here with 1 away. Bobby Abreu with a 1-strike count. And Abreu will take that fastball. That is in there as well. See Brian Mattis this season, the home record 0-7. ERA 5.5. Run support only 2.6 here, 4.5 on the road. 21 starts, 3-11 his record, 5.46 ERA.
Yeah, last year again, going on his way to 5-2, he got over 7 runs a game. So it makes it a little bit different.
0-2 count. Mattis looking back to Borges at second base. And Abreu on a check swing will foul it away. For Bobby Abreu, he's a .299 career hitter here at Camden Yards. 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. 54th game that he has played here in this ballpark. He has played more games here than any other Angel. Hideki Matsui right behind him, and of course a couple of former Yankees. That's one of the reasons they've had so many games here. A 2-strike count. 1 down. And Abreu will take it down low. both of these pitchers last night, the two pitchers got outs in a hurry. Hitters are going after first pitch strikes that were being thrown. Jeremy Guthrie, tremendous performance, and Trevor Bell, 5 1/3, was throwing a lot of strikes, and things. The innings just moved and moved. Entirely different game so far here, as both pitchers have had to go deep into counts. Brian's up to 44 pitches.
Well, it all started with Ibar, 5 pitches to the first batter. He got behind him 2-0, got back into the count, got him to pop up. But again, a lot of it had to do last night with good fastball command. We talked about Jeremy Guthrie had the least amount of first pitch thrown for strikes. Last night, that wasn't the case. Very aggressive, great stuff.
What a run he's on. Huh?
Yep. Well, he's pitching like he did 2 years ago.
1-2 strike count to Abreu. And he'll top that one foul. Jeremy Guthrie now in his last 4 games has given up only 6 runs in 29 2/3 innings. He has, since the All-Star break, one of the top 5 ERAs in the American League.
Yeah, and Buck Showalter, he wants to see Brian Mattis, and again, he's 1 pitch or 2 pitches out of getting out of trouble here. The rest of the starting staff, 67 innings, 66 earned runs, ERA of almost 9 runs. So again, that's why Brian Mattis needs to pitch well, and other guys have to step up. Certainly capable, and he's shown it that he can do that.
Abreu with a long at bat here. The 1-2 delivery to him. Abreu reaching. That's off the end of the bat to right center. Jones coming over. Adam gets lined up to make a throw. Borges was playing it off the bag, so he doesn't go anywhere.
Well, there's your first run if you sacrifice him over. So again, that's why it's so important if you're trying to score runs to get runners to third base with less than 2 outs, because you don't have to get a hit to drive in a run.
So Torrey Hunter will stand in with a single his first time up. He has extended his hit streak to a couple of ball games as Hunter. Interesting note, I thought they had, the Angels, that he has robbed players of approximately 35 home runs in his career. The runners are going. Double steal. Wieters throw. Borges gets his first steal. And trailing him was Ibar.
So now Hunter can be a hero. And he can pick up this entire team that is in need of wins with a base hit. So there you go. You can see it right there. Didn't hold him. 1 look. Didn't turn back. They time him. Boy, you can't do this against the Angel team. And again, Brian Mattis is only 23. It's something you'll learn. You know they can run, and they will run until you stop the running game. And part of it is holding the ball, checking the runners, stepping off, making them aware that you're aware of them.
Now 1-0 delivery on the way. Hunter going for the downs. 1-1. Talked about Hunter's move to right field. He has played 1,502 games in center and 27 in left and right in his career. And last night, as we said, the first start in right field since '99. 1-1 delivery to him. Hunter, and check swing right back to the mound. Brian Mattis gets out of it. No runs on 2 hits, no errors. 2 more left in scoring position. 3-0 O's. very long.
Now, I walked in here and I saw that, it's a picture with the other team has the bases loaded in our ballpark, and I don't like it, and I bet you've seen that a little bit this year. So, let's don't get a reminder of it. Let's get something positive from our standpoint. I'd like to think that we got out of that, but I kind of doubt it with who's up to hit there.
That picture's been there for years. It goes to short by Wigginton. It was so funny because we were looking for where are we going to stand while we do this. So we'll stand over here in front of the picture. And that's when Buck said to me off camera, that you can do it this time. That picture ain't going to be there tomorrow. And I said,
but
why?
I think that he knows it's been there the last 12 years and they haven't had a winning season. So it's gone.
It was good.
Well, you try to control the things you can control.
And he can control a lot of things.
That is one of them.
That picture's gone. History.
I think the big question is, did he get some blinds for his windows? He said getting up when the sun came up was not real good first night in Baltimore.
With one away, a one-strike count on Luke Scott, who grounded out to second base his first time up. We'll have more from the manager's office on our Wired Wednesday during this ball game. 0-1 count. Santana's delivery, and that will be taken down low. Another day game today. The Cincinnati Reds beat the Pirates by a score of 9-4. They are becoming a real story as Cincinnati continues to hang on to the lead. They are at the moment a game up on the Cardinals in the Central in the National League. That is down low and a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, this is the time of year after the trading deadline. Everybody goes on waivers, and of course a lot of the stories, Adam Dunn was put on it, which is normal. They put him on, see if you can get him through, see if somebody claims him, see if you can make a deal. If you get through, then you can deal with anybody. But a lot of people say maybe Cincinnati would be the type of guy. Of course, Joey Votto's got the wrist problem. We'll see how long he's out.
Well, it would be a tremendous loss if he is out for any length of time for Cincinnati.
Yeah, tremendous young player.
Votto's having just a fantastic year. In fact, I was looking today, we've talked so much about the chance for a Triple Crown in the American League with Hamilton and Cabrera still in line for it. 3-1 delivery on the way to Scott. That's going to be a base hit. So Luke is on with a one-out single here in the third inning. Join the Oriole Advocates Friday 11-2, the annual Orioles Hall of Fame luncheon, 6th floor of the Oriole Park Warehouse. Special luncheon honors the 2010 Orioles Hall of Fame inductees, Ray Miller, the late Johnny Oates, and Len Johnston. Individual tickets are $50 each. To get yours or for info, 410-466-8242 or go to OriolesReach.com. Johnny Oates' family is going to be on hand for that. And Len Johnston from the administrative side of the Orioles. It'll be a wonderful time, and of course he's wearing Johnny Oates' number after asking the family for permission to do so. Oates was one of his favorite people and a mentor. That is taken for a strike. Jones had a double and scored in the second inning. Orioles now with the 3 runs on 5 hits. The Angels no runs on 5 hits.
Yeah, Jonesy hit a fastball down and away off the wall. About halfway up the right field wall. I don't know if he's going to get that pitch. He may get some fastballs, but not out over the plate. There's Mathers going in, and there's your fastball inside corner.
And he hit it.
Well, again, he's not going to go away. Santana's been around long enough. He's won 16 games twice. After he won 16 games when he was about 23, had a horrible year. In 2006, I think he was like 1-10 on the road. Of course, he's turned that around. He can pitch. So he's given up more runs than he expected to give up.
Jones will take that to left center field. He's got a base hit. Borges over to get a runner going to third. Luke Scott. Here's the throw. Scott is out. Borges is getting all the firsts over with in game number 2. First hit, first stolen base, first assist. Down to second base goes Jones.
Well, again, the hamstring problem slows Luke down, doesn't have great speed. And again, this is one of the reasons he's in center field. Look at this throw. If it's not on the money, Scott's going to make it. So the perfect throw right there, plays in front of him. And again, not great speed. Still maybe favored that hamstring. Perfect throw gets him. The good news, Adam Jones gets into scoring position.
So Jones goes to second. There are now 2 away. And, of course, have not seen the arm of Borges, but for the minor league games that teams may have had a chance to look at. Here's Felix Pie. Pie going after the first pitch. He has tripled and picked up an RBI in the second inning. His second triple of the season. I was going to say, in the National League, there's also a chance at a triple crown for two players. Joey Votto leads in average and home runs, and he is fifth in RBIs. Albert Pujols is ninth in average, but not that far behind the leader. He is second in home runs and third in RBIs, so they both are within striking distance of that very tough triple crown mark. That one danced by PA. Fastball, 1-1. PA hitting at 280 on the year. Leaders waiting on deck. There are two down. Orioles trying to add to their 3-0 lead. 1-1 delivery, the off-speed breaking ball, and I don't think he moved the bat very much on that one. 2-1. Santana's just missing.
Well, yeah, again, those are the kind of breaking balls, if you can get ahead, that you strike people out with. And we saw him do it with Mick Markakis, maybe not quite as good as there, but he caught the outside part of the plate. But when you're throwing him in the midst of the count and you're looking fastball, you kind of take him because you can't hit him. They're that good.
2-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to be a base hit into right field. Hunter coming. Jones rounds. He'll score. And PA continues hot. A 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and by taking that breaking ball and knowing until you get to two strikes what you want to hit, this is what happens. You can see the target. Mathis moves away. Napoli can't get it. Hunter, even though it's his second game since '99, knows I have no chance of throwing out Adam Jones. So PA adds to the Orioles' lead, makes it 4-0.
So a 2 RBI ball game for Felix Pie, who for whatever reason, for last night and tonight, has looked like a different ball player. Defensively, and the way he's approached his at-bats at the plate.
Yeah, his roots to the ball last night were what you expect of a left fielder.
And he's been able to wait out pitches, seemingly with a pretty good plan going up. 1 out of 3 on the base paths.
Well, that's going to improve, and you'd like to think that, and again, I talked about it, at least I saw it in spring training where he did try it, and then he had the back injury. So he didn't, obviously the first 3 months he wasn't even playing. But again, if he's going to be your left fielder with the speed, he's going to have to learn to steal some bases. And the only way you can learn is to attempt to steal it. And spring training is such a great time. I still, ever since Joe Torre, I had heard that he just let everybody run on his own to find out what kind of baseball running instincts they had. Make sure they're in shape. Yeah, let me know if you can steal a base, if you know the right time.
There he goes. That's soon to be inside. Throws. Not going to get there in time. And PA's got a stolen base. So he's got a couple on the year.
Well, again, this is trying to stretch the envelope. So Santana, we told you, I mean, you don't think Buck Showalter knew that they had stolen 23 out of 27 attempts? The throw tails, good speed, wasn't going to get him anyway.
He's stolen as many as 32 back when he played in Daytona in the Florida State League in 04. Wieters will foul it away, so Wieters gets another RBI chance.
Well, you know, I think from where I sit, Mick Markakis, first year in the big league, stole 18. Those numbers have gone down, 4 out of 5 this year. Adam Jones is 4 out of 10. I would imagine with Buck Showalter that they will be running a little bit more. And that's going to be one of the tunes this club plays to.
And that'll be swung on and missed. So Wieters retired, but the Orioles had another run, and it's 4-0. AT&T Mobility Trivia question, and it is, who were the 2O's managers to be named a Baseball Writers Manager of the Year?
Well, Buck Showalter's one of them.
Earl? Did Earl ever win it?
Wow, 109, 108, and 101. Why would he have ever won it when it comes to winning?
Only one.
I don't know. He probably didn't win any.
All right.
Davy Johnson.
Davy Johnson.
Wire to wire.
Frank Robinson.
Frank Robinson. Good for Frank. Well, that's after 88 when they lost the first 21. Of course, he didn't manage all of them. Cal Ripken Sr. started the first 6, I believe.
4-7-0 for the Orioles. 0-5-0 for the Angels. They've left 4 on. The Orioles have left 3. All 4 have been in scoring position for the Angels, left on base. Brian Mattis working against Kendrick, then Rivera and Napoli. Kendrick flied out to right field.
Yeah, that was a big out because he got him out with a curveball. A chance for the Angels to get on the board in the first.
And he'll reach and foul it off. He has a 6-game hit streak coming into this one. That is a 9th home run last night. He leads the team with 28 doubles. And among second basemen, only Robinson Cano is ahead of him in hits, doubles, and RBIs for second baseman. 0-2 delivery, and Mattis just missed outside, 1-2.
360 hitter. That was his average in the minor leagues. And you want to talk about tough luck? They sent him back out last year because he wasn't performing well. Came back and had a perfect second half.
Reaches for that down the line. Will it stay fair? That is a fair ball. He'll go into second base and he'll have a double. So Kendrick leads it off with a double. And that's 3 out of 4 innings now that the Angels have had the leadoff man on.
Well, again, look at the target. It's down. Look at the ball. It just kind of hangs. I mean, it's a little bit out of the strike zone, but that's not where Brian Mattis wanted to go. And again, I mean, this is a real good right-handed hitter. And he takes advantage of a pitch up in the zone.
So Brian Mattis, living dangerously here in the ballgame, has been able to work himself out of jams. 2 in scoring position in the first, left on. 2 in scoring position in the third, left on. A double play in the second inning. Erased a leadoff single by Rivera, who stands in now. That'll be hit number 6 for the Angels. And that's outside for a ball.
Well, again, you have 2 opposing forces, and if you go back to his last game, 1 base runner the first 3 innings, and then a bout of wildness, 4 walks. And for Buck Showalter, I think he kind of summarized what it's all about when he brought in Simone to get the 1 out. I didn't give him a save opportunity. He said, I prefer wins to saves. So again, you got a manager that wants to win. That was what Earl Weaver did. It was about winning tonight. You certainly want to give Brian Mattis a chance to get himself out of trouble, which he's done. But he's got to show his manager, and it's a new manager, that I'm going to throw strikes, and they're going to be quality strikes, because that's what you have to do to be successful up here.
You got a 1-0 count here on Juan Rivera, and Rivera off the end of the bat. Brian Roberts on the backhand will make the throw and get the out. And just throwing that hurt Brian Roberts. Send your kids back to school in style. On Saturday, the first 10,000 fans of 14 and under will receive a Matt Wieters chest protector style backpack. For tickets, call the Orioles, 888-848-BIRD, to go to Orioles.com. Runner does get moved up. Kendrick goes over to third base.
Well, that's why, that's why they try to bunt last inning to create this situation. With Napoli up, they're going to play back. They got a 4-run lead. It's actually 1 more run than last inning.
Napoli hit into the double play his first time up, and they'll take it down low. Brian has always struggled in his young career here in his home ballpark with a 2-8 record, 5.19 ERA, 14th career start here at Camden Yards. He has simply fared better on the road for some reason.
Of course, he was 2-1 last year, but 0-7 kind of puts a dent into those numbers.
Yeah. Here's the 1-0 delivery on the way, and that's a shattered bat. Runner coming. Roberts looks home, but will go over to first base. Napoli will get the RBI. Kendrick will score, getting the Angels on the board. It's 4-1. And look at that.
Well, we saw Brian Roberts drive in a run early on, looked around, hit a little roller, this time a jam shot. Watch him come in, right to the target. Saws him off, shatters the bat. Well, there's your lighter
maple bat.
Napoli with 48 RBIs.
Yep.
That is the second out, though. And Jeff Mathis stands in, a strikeout victim. Mathis behind on the count 0-1. So the base is empty now with 2 down. Ryan Mathis coming in with a win, 2 losses, and 2 no decisions in his last 5. Inside on foul ball and a 2-strike count.
Well, he has pitched a lot better tonight. I mean, even in Kansas City, velocity, or like that pitch went to 92. Do a little bit better job of leadoff batters, because sometimes you can't control that. But the quality of his pitches tonight.
And he is going through the lineup for the second time. 0-2 delivery. Mathis waits on it. Bell. 1 run in on a 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on. Orioles on top by 3.
Club presented by Chick-fil-A. Junior Orioles members receive tickets to 10 games, a Dugout Club hat, membership card, a free kids meal from Chick-fil-A, and a customizable Orioles lunchbox, now for just $12. Plus, family and friends can get tickets for each game for just $6. To find out more about the Junior Orioles Dugout Club, call the Orioles at 888-848-BIRD or visit Orioles.com. Gary?
Thank you, Amber. And the Orioles on top here. The Orioles have lost the last season series to the Angels for the last 6 years. And they have lost the last 11 series.
Win tonight, that ends.
Guaranteed.
It's got to win.
Josh Bell. Bell has picked up a single and an RBI. Bell is Torres and Roberts against Irvin Santana. Santana 3-3 lifetime against the Orioles. I mean, that's pretty good work by the O's with a 4.81 ERA for Santana. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Bell. Going to go after a sinking pitch and a 1-2 count.
Yeah, I asked Mike Butcher, their pitching coach. I said, how about the inconsistency? 1-2 the first month, ERA over 4.5, then 4-1, 2.50 ERA, 3-2, and then 5.16, and then 2-2. So up and down, up and down. And he said, just, sometimes it's run support. Sometimes, again, the defense, which is why Borges is in center field.
Last year, he was bothered with injuries, ended up with an 8-8 record in 23 starts. This is his 22nd start. Here in this ballpark, 1-1 and a 6 ERA.
Yeah, he had the forearm problems along with John Lackey.
He went, home plate umpire making the call, tag put on by Mathis for the strikeout.
Yeah, both Lackey and Santana struggled last year, and they still won 97 games because they averaged about 5.5, and there's a good curveball. So Josh Bell, that's big league ball. You hit a fastball to left, next time up, and they drop the curveball on you. See if you can hit that. Couldn't.
As Torres had a sacrifice in the second inning that helped set up the Orioles' 3-run inning. Historis will take that one, and Adam Ball to Hunter. He's got it. 2 down here. Take a look at this day in history for the Orioles. 2002, Ty Wigginton hits his first Major League home run playing for the Mets off John Patterson of Arizona. And in 2009, Brian Mattis is out there tonight, made his Major League debut in a victory against the Detroit Tigers. That's game 1 for the Orioles' 23-year-old left-hander coming from last season.
In Detroit. Had them all going that afternoon. In and out, hooks and sliders and change-ups. Nothing wrong with that.
No, sir. And 0-1 count. Brian Roberts, a single, a ground ball out RBI. And Brian will take the turnover pitch away from Santana. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
It's like backyard baseball. Remember we used to throw the shoe top drop and the turnover pitch, kind of pronate your wrist and hope it moves. We're not talking wiffle ball. We could really make the wiffle ball.
Well, you just throw that straight and it would go everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah. Funny how pitchers get renamed as time goes on. It used to be the drop ball, used to be called, which is the
change-up was the palm ball. Now it's a circle change.
Yeah.
Hold a little bit different.
Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way. In fact, a lot of the change-ups now are what used to be called screwballs because they go the other way. They tend to be turnover pitches that break away from a left-handed or right-handed batter, but they're off speed and they're change-ups. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Brian Roberts. 2 down, 4th inning. Santana trying to have his first 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, it was interesting. When I first came up, Stu Miller, one of the great relief pitchers of that era, he's the guy that got blown off the mound in the, I think, 65 All-Star game up in Candlestick Park, even though he hailed from that neighborhood. But he used to say, and he had one of the best change-ups ever. He said, just like you're pulling down a shade. That's how you release the ball. Imagine going over to when you had window shades and just pulling it down, and that's the way the release was.
Rick Kranitz is always talking to the pitchers about getting that arm extended when the ball is let go.
Yeah, arm out in front of you.
Yeah, to help you do that sort of thing on any pitch.
Well, it's funny in the sense because David Wells pitched here for a while, had a nice career, won over 200 games, and at the end of his career, he wouldn't throw side sessions, but he'd play catch and just feel the ball coming off his hand. Hand out in front, maybe a little 2-seamer, 4-seamer, turn it over a little bit.
Roberts, he's battling here. And a 3 ball, 2 strike count, and that swing looks pretty good for the pain he's been in out there at second base, be it his foot or his back.
Yeah, I got to imagine that, again, he going back into second base got hit right in the foot, and it's not the back. And Richie Mancells, again, he's been here, 24, 25 years, 29 years totally. He's had the eagle eyes out there.
He's only 35 years old for that stuff. Roberts will take
started young.
Yes. That is the second walk and earned right there by Roberts to extend the inning. O'Brien on with 2 down. Roberts has a stolen base that came back in the first inning. Markakis denied an extra base hit by Borges in center, and he has been called out on strikes. So Nick 0 for 6 so far in the first 2 games. Markakis against the Angels lifetime, a .229 average, but does have 7 home runs off Angel pitchers. And that one, a Baltimore chop for a base hit into right field. Roberts on his way to third. Markakis to second. Torrey Hunter will hit the cutoff man. And there's a double for Nick.
Well, you rarely see that here. If anything, the grass is slow, but right in front of home plate, every once in a while got a little bit firmer. So there is the Baltimore chop. Ends up resulting in a double.
And that ties Markakis with Miguel Cabrera of the Tigers for the lead in doubles, each with 36. Now, with Roberts having extended it with a walk and Markakis with a double, Wigginton gets a chance with 2 in scoring position. Orioles have 8 hits off Santana. Wigginton is struck out and grounded out. 4 for 13 with a home run lifetime off Santana. This is down low for a ball. He saw an assortment of sliders in his first at bat.
Yeah, strikeout, ground out, and you would think he'd get a pitch to hit when you look on deck. I mean, if I've Irvin Santana, I do not want to pitch to Luke Scott. I'm already down by 3. We've had some success with Wiggy. And of course, the longer you get into it, if you're a veteran hitter like Ty Wigginton, and you're telling him, get a strike to hit, make that slider, and that's why the slider is such a tough pitch. If you have a good one in Santana, it looks like a fastball. You don't see the spin unless you hang one. And if you do, the Orioles could get another 3 quick runs because Wigginton can hit that ball a long way.
Santana's given up 18 home runs on the season, 9 to each side of the plate. Scioscia has to be concerned here. Santana, one of his stoppers out there on the mound, in trouble here, and obviously a base hit makes a big difference in this ball game. 3-0 count. Wigginton had the go, and it will be fouled off. And it goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Tomorrow, complete your collection of, for the first 15,000 fans, 15 and over, at 7:05 Angels game, of the outfield mini bobbleheads. Nick Markakis will be given away. For tickets, call the Orioles, 888-848-BIRD, or go to Orioles.com. 3 ball, 1 strike count. Wigginton comes through with a base hit. Rounding it is Markakis. Rivera's throw to the plate is not in time. Goes to the backstop. Wigginton goes to second, and a 6-1 O's lead.
Well, that's exactly what we're talking about. He comes back after Buck Showalter lets him swing 3-0. Watch this slider. It's in the middle of the plate, and he hammers it into left. And Nick Markakis, again, this is part of the preparation you want to see if you're Buck Showalter. Did you get the good secondary lead? Hard hit ball, scores easily because of his lead off second base.
Big hit for Ty Wigginton. 56 RBIs on the season now for Wigginton. A single, goes to second on the throw. The Orioles All-Star comes through in a big way here in the 4th inning.
And that's what happens when your lineup starts hitting as a whole. Because of Luke Scott on deck, you're not going to walk Wigginton to get to him because he's been that hot.
In the dirt, Wigginton's going to move up. Wild pitch. And almost a wild throw as Torres catches it.
Well, you know, everybody talked last night about how there seemed to be a little bit extra skip. Now, part of it has to do that the Angels, at least the bullpen last night, and Santana having an off night, but again, just the little things. Getting your good jumps, getting the big hit. They got more hits last night in runners in scoring position than they did in their previous 5 games. And boy, that was the difference last night.
And they've continued it here tonight.
Yes, they have.
2 down, Luke Scott with a 1-0 count, runner at third. That's the 7th. Let me check, make sure. Yep, that ball in the air to left center field. It is deep. Borges back, and goodbye! Home run, Luke Scott. Good for 2 more. And an 8-1 lead.
Got 25 home runs last year. When this lands, it's going to be number 20. 94, but it's elevated, and that's exactly what Luke Scott does to it. High fly ball. Just to what, about second row?
And State Farm donating $100 to the Wounded Warrior Project for every home run hit by the Orioles in the second half of the season. And Luke Scott adding to that number, in the Orioles jumping on Santana, and Scott is now homered in 3 consecutive ball games. Last Oriole to do that, Felix Piet, last year in August and the beginning of September. Luke Scott's the last Oriole to have a homer in 4 straight games, so we'll be going for that tomorrow. Now Luke Scott on the long ball, and tops it up with the bullpen, Rich Thompson. Scott now with 47 RBIs to go along with the 20 homers. Down to first, that's going to be a base hit by Jones. He's got a 3-hit ball game. Torrey Hunter chasing it down. Jones looking. Hunter had trouble getting it, but gets it in time to hold him. It'll be a double, and Jones 2 doubles and a single in the ball game.
Well, if you hit it where they pitch it, it's going to be a long night for Santana. And again, this is good base running. Right here, you know there's 2 outs. You're ahead 7-1. The last thing you want to do is get thrown out at third base. So he puts the brakes on.
The Orioles have now collected more hits against Santana than any other team this year. He has given up 10, 1 to Seattle, once to Milwaukee, and in his last outing, he gave up 10 against Texas. But 11 is the most he has surrendered this year. The Orioles have jumped out to an 8-1 lead.
Yeah, pitch count now at 90. And Mike Scioscia just hoping he can get out of this inning. And this guy's going to make it difficult.
PA with 2 down, and he takes it down the line, just foul. Well, the Orioles, Roberts has got an RBI. 2 have been picked up by Wigginton, 2 by Luke Scott on the home run, 2 by PA on a triple and a single, and 1 by Bell on a base hit. 8 runs on 11 hits for the Orioles.
Well, the Orioles, what? They come in with 13th, lowest runners in scoring position. PA missed most of the season. So did Roberts. Boy, it's nothing like getting timely hits. It changes everything. You know, last year the Angels hit, what, 297? That was the highest. This year they're at 263, which is the league average. That fastball way in at his knees. Orioles at 284 last year, came in at 220. What a drop.
And Brian Mattis has been able to work through some tough innings. 1-1 delivery, a wild cut on a pitch down and into him, and a 1-ball 2-strike count on PA. Jones back to second. Like that one off the shin guard of the umpire and came back to the catcher, Mathis. 1-ball 2-strike count. PA again a pitch down. This time he stays away from it. So the Orioles got 3 runs in the second inning. He picked up another one in the third, and they have added 4 more here in the fourth inning. Santana with a 3.65 ERA has given up 8, and we are in just the fourth inning. Luke Scott with a big home run. 2-2 delivery. That's inside. Mathis having to do a lot of traveling behind the plate, as he's had to block a number of pitches, and the count goes to 3-2.
Well, you already have 7 hits from your 4, 5, and 6 hitters when you're in the fourth inning. It's going to get you some runs on the board, especially when a lot of them are extra base hits, and you couple the Luke Scott home run in there.
And that's a shot up the middle for a base hit. Jones will score easily. PA's got a 3-hit, 3 RBI ball game. 9-1.
Now take a look. Target away, ball in the middle of the plate. That's pretty much been the night for Santana. The Orioles have done a terrific job of getting good pitches to hit and not missing them.
And they have knocked Santana out of the box. Thompson will come out of the bullpen to do the pitching. Wieters will be coming up, and he'll be the 9th Oriole to hit in the fourth. Celebrating the 220th birthday of the U.S. Coast Guard, brought to you by Cisco Federal, a proud mission partner to the United States Department of Defense. By Panasonic Solutions Company, enhancing government through innovative technology. By Navy Federal Credit Union, we serve where you serve. And by DynCorp International, we serve today for a safe tomorrow. And tonight's game on Masson in celebration of the 220th birthday of the Coast Guard. 42,000 men and women on active duty. Coast Guard continuing to protect the nation throughout a long and great history, both at home and abroad. Happy birthday.
Rich Thompson comes on to try to kind of quell the uprising, because that's what it's been. Out of Australia, up and down last year, 3 times for the Angels. This year started at Salt Lake. He's been in 5 games since he was recalled in early July.
Runner on at first base. The Orioles now 9 runs on 12 hits, and Wieters, who has walked and struck out, stands in. The most hits and the most runs off Santana this year in the 22 starts he has made. Oh, 1 count on Wieters. Wieters will pop that one up. Is Turris, third baseman, shortstop Ibar, overrun it.
Yeah, 3 guys converging. Easy game to lose your focus. And then the ball comes back just a little, so another chance for Wieters in there. You know, normally you would think he'd make that play. And hoping somebody's going to get there. Rivera had to come a long way.
No error called on it. Long inning and a long night so far for Socha and company as the Orioles try and make it 2 in a row in the series against the Angels. Wieters with an 0-2 count. PA on at first base. And that pitch will be taken down low for PA. This is the second 3-hit ball game that he has had, and the first 3 RBI ball game this year for Felix PA. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Wieters, and Matt will chop it to first base. Napoli will play it to the bag, but the Orioles batted around, and all of the hits and runs came with 2 down, including Luke Scott's 2 RBI 20th homer of the year. Experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. And by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg, price and advice guaranteed. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer, I'm with Theo Harris here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, and the Orioles exploding to the benefit of Brian Mattis. A 9-1 lead going to the 5th inning.
Yeah, this is the biggest lead since he had out in Oakland back on the 18th of April.
Borges will lead it off. batting in the number 9 spot. He is singled. First major league hit. Top of the order, Ibar and his tourist to follow. Peter Borges with a 1-0 count. And a 2-0 count on him.
Yeah,
Brian Mattis can throw strikes.
Yeah, well, that's part of the thing. I mean, of course, one pitch isn't going to beat you, but you still have to try to command your stuff. And there's the knee-high strike.
Here's the Angels' climb for Mike Scioscia and why it is so hard. The Angels need to go 36-18 to get to 90 wins. The Rangers, who are leading the division, 29-27, and they get 90. That ball is hit in the air to right center. Markakis is over, and he's got it. That's why it's so hard to be the one doing the chasing. Orioles Reach will host the American Red Cross Blood Drive Saturday, August 14, 8-4 on the club level of Oriole Park. You can meet Rick Dempsey, Boo Powell, enter to win the VIP experience, complete with tickets to an upcoming game and a chance to watch BP in the field. All donors will receive 2 free Orioles tickets and a Matt Wieters bobblehead. Reservations made in advance, 1-800-RED Cross. You can sign up. That's for August 14, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And summer is always a time when there's this particular need for blood, as less is given in the summer months when people are away. Ibar is single, and he is popped out. Takes that one for a strike, 1-1 from Brian Mattis. One ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Ibar in the off-speed breaking ball looked pretty good. Doesn't get the call, though. And the count goes to 2-1. Ibar with a 1-for-2 in the ball game and a 1-for-6 in the 2 games. 2-1 delivery on the way. There's a great jam shot.
Yep. Good moving fastball. Started the middle of the plate, ran in. Up your back knee. Almost like a slider. It wasn't, but it looked like it.
93 degrees when we started the ball game tonight. Humid. Some thunder bumpers around. Very little breeze, if any. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Reached for and fouled off at the plate.
A great strike-to-ball ratio for Brian Mattis. He's thrown 70 pitches, 51 for strikes, 19 for balls. So that helps. And then again, when he didn't get in trouble, he was able to pitch out of harm's way.
No walks, 2 strikeouts for Brian Mattis as he goes after win number 4 and his first win at home this year. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Another shattered bat is Torres. It's the smooth play. 2 down.
Take a look again since August, and this is a team that's won the last time. This is the last time they had been at 500 in August. If they lose, they'll be below it. But look at that. Figgins and Guerrero. Cabrera, Exine, a lot of guys, and then your closer. So a lot of changes, but from last year, 97 to this year, probably Guerrero and Figgins the biggest losses.
A ball club that has won 3 consecutive titles in the West, but behind Texas by 8 games.
And I should throw in John Lackey, because even though he won 13 games, he was a #1 type of pitcher down with the Red Sox.
That is outside. 2 teams who have perhaps fallen off the most to this point in standings would be the Red Sox, who are 6.5 behind Tampa Bay and New York, and the Angels down to the Texas team. 2 ball, 1 strikeout, 2 down. Mesa Torres, a single, popped out as a stolen base. Batting second in this lineup. Mattis with a chance for a 1-2-3 inning. We have not had a 1-2-3 inning on either side of the scorebook so far in this game.
Well, I found that when you're relaxed and you get some innings under you, you throw the ball out on your fingertips. And this is one of those games now where if you battle out of trouble, you can relax a little bit. Doesn't mean you can lose your focus.
We will be back with you tomorrow night for Game 3. Jake Arrieta 3-3 and Dan Herron at 7-9 are the scheduled starters. Orioles have a 4-game series against the White Sox over the weekend, including a Monday night game. Ferguson, Millwood, Guthrie, and Brian Mattis scheduled to start against Danks, Floyd, Mark Burley and Edwin Jackson.
Yeah, that's the White Sox over the last, I guess, 3 years, the most quality starts in the American League. So they will bring their vaunted pitching staff in here.
Fouled off. White Sox currently leading Minnesota by a 1.5 coming into today's play in the division. A 3-ball, 2-strike count. Mike Scioscia, it is scoreboard watching time for players and managers at this point of the year. That ball in the air to right field. Nick Markakis back. And he's got it. So a 1-2-3 inning for Brian Mattis. Orioles up 9-1.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Guthrie of the Baltimore Orioles, wishing a happy birthday to the United States Coast Guard. Thank you for protecting America every day.
Before that well runs dry. Now today Buck fielded questions about his own bullpen, and particularly who is his closer, Alfredo Simon or Mike Gonzalez. And he said as far as roles are concerned right now, he just tells his players, your role is to pick up the ball and pitch when the phone rings in the bullpen. Gary?
Don Zimmer, Amber, would love hearing that. Don, if you ever want to get Don going, start talking to him about roles for players, especially pitchers. And Don was, I'll tell you what your role is. And it's just what Buck just said. When the phone rings and I send you in, get the outs.
Yeah, I mean, why shouldn't lefties be able to get righties and righties get lefties out? Unless you clone them that way. So, yeah. Now, unless you had Mariano Rivera.
Sure.
Of course, the phone would ring and he would get up, and if you had a lead, and Buck would go.
And Buck said that today.
Yeah, well, that's not defined in this bullpen.
Yeah. That ball's got to be hit by Bell to first and bobbled. Napoli trying to, because of Bell's speed, trying to make the pitch before he had it.
Well, again, you talked about a former catcher playing first base. He's played, about 32 out of the last 36, so he did everything right except catch it. He comes in quickly. He's going to get the ball and make it easier to get the transfer to Rich Thompson, who comes in out of the bullpen, but, again, just didn't make the play. So
it's an error.
Yeah. That's just the way it is.
Puts the leadoff man on.
Oh, yes, that it does.
Now is Torres up as Torres sacrificed and flied out. The first error of the ball game. Off the fist. Shortstop. Ibar's got that one. Talking about the closer, Gonzalez said after the game last night he wants to earn the closer's role back. The Orioles have had all kinds of people in that role. That's just this year. The Oriole pitchers who have had a chance to pick up a save. Now, Alfredo Simon obviously has come on to be the closer. David Hernandez, Jim Johnson, Gonzalez, because of the injury, not many chances. Meredith, Albers, Birkin, Mark Hendrickson, who's not a closer, Will Ullman, who's been traded. All of those have been involved closing situations. Gonzalez said, I want to earn it back. And he said it in a positive way. That's what I was hired to do. That's what I like to do, and I hope I have a chance to earn it back.
And I think he also said, I'm thrilled that I threw the ball like I did last night. And it set up the whole back end of the bullpen for Buck Showalter. With him coming in, and not only with the velocity into the mid-90s, but also a sharp slider, something he lacked in spring training.
Brian Roberts will take it away. He is singled RBI and a ground ball, and has walked and scored.
I mean, if you're Alfredo Simon, we just showed you. I mean, a year ago May, he had Tommy John surgery. He's happy to be in the bullpen, pitching in the big leagues. He's done a nice job. Still learning how to assume whatever role he gives him, because he was also a starting pitcher coming through the minor leagues.
Down to first base. This time Napoli blocks it and is close enough to the bag to get Roberts. Bell goes to second base.
Yeah, he's not going to fumble this one. Well, again, the Angels really hurt their best hitter, Kendry Morales, when he hit the home run and jumped on home plate and fractured his ankle. Their whole offensive season turned around. You lose your best hitter, switch hitter, 34 home runs last year.
Boy, it has been a season for that, hasn't it? We've had players hit by their own teammates' foul ball on the bench during a game. We had the guy with the pie in the face, ends up on the DL, jumping up to put the pie on, and has knee surgery as a result of it. Guys hit during their own batting practice in the field. Those injuries this season, there just seem to be more of those sorts of really weird situations. 2 down. The Orioles, by the way, in the 4th inning, got 5 runs and 5 hits, and it all came with 2 away. And that ties the Orioles high this season for 5 runs after there are 2 outs in an inning. 1-0 count. So the Orioles, with runners in scoring position, continuing to pile it up against the Angels last night and tonight. Bell's out there at second base. Markakis a double and scored in the 4th. Flied out, struck out. Nick at 291 on the year. And fouls that one away off Rich Thompson. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Thompson on for Santana, who gave up the 9 runs on 12 hits in just 3 2/3 innings. He walked 2 and struck out 4. 10-7 record for him. Ryan Mattis, the benefactor, 3-11 at the moment. 1-1 delivery. Thompson. And Markakis, and the Orioles retired. No runs, no hits, and error, and a base runner left on. 9-1-0s. Coming down, that picture's going to be gone. How about what's going to go up in his office?
Things that are baseball productive, just like other people have been here, that fits, that makes me comfortable. You know, the rotation monthly here and our AA and AAA rosters and our 40-man rosters, it helps us make better decisions and things that makes our work easier to present a culture or an atmosphere that our players can be the best they can be, as simple as that, and allows me to be as good as I can be at what I do and try to stay organized.
Mike Showalter and our Wired Wednesday from the office this afternoon. Bobby Abreu up.
Yeah, used to go in the coach's room, the manager's room in Texas was like a war room, game room, you know, getting ready for battle.
It's got all the names up of everybody in the organization, where they play. what they're doing. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Abreu off the end of the bat and foul.
Well, again, a threatening offense. Torres couldn't butt him over. That was costly. Kendrick with a double, another good night. Again, Mattis has done a nice job, and when he's gotten in trouble, he has minimized what they were able to do. Only the single run in the 4th inning.
0-2 count. The delivery to Abreu. The Orioles are looking to go 11-13 against the Western Division teams. They have a winning mark against Texas and have a winning mark now against the Angels for Buck Showalter Game 2. And the Angels, they are 10-15 against the East. The only team that the Angels have a winning record against in the Eastern Division is Toronto. They're 5-1 against the Jays. You can just see it on his face. A manager of a 3 consecutive division championship team. Right now, it's not pretty. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Abreu with the 0 for 2. And a great pitch. 3rd strikeout for Brian Mattis.
Yeah, pulled the string, the changeup. A lot of lefties don't throw them the lefties. Right here, I mean, the target's away, but again, the effect, it's down. That's what he's done so much better. I mean, only really the ball up to Kendricks, who hit the double down the right field line. Everything down tonight, which is part of pitching. And Rick Kranitz looking on. He's got to be happy because he's made some nice adjustments.
Here is Torrey Hunter. A single, stolen base, and has grounded out. A couple of hits in 6 at-bats in the first 2 games here at Camden Yards. Hunter, lifetime, a .289 average, 11 home runs hit here in this ballpark. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Kendrick will follow.
You got to have a place, a reference point, and that's down and away. And you've done a nice job of that tonight. So gets behind people, hits the outside corner.
That one into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Markakis will not be able to cut it off. Plays it off the wall. Hunter going for 2, and he is in. So he's got a 2 for 3 ball game, a single and a double. That comes with 1 away.
Yeah, Nick gets to it very quickly, knows how to play the wall. And then the strong throw. Perfect throw, cut off by Brian Roberts. Plays in front of Torrey Hunter easily into second.
And Wieters will go out to have a word with Brian Mattis. Talked about the run support. Brian Mattis' run support, 2.62 runs. The 4th lowest average in run support since 1974 for an Oriole pitcher at home. Not tonight. Grounded down to 3rd. Bell in the charge. Hunter will move up. Bell will get the all-important out on Kendrick.
Yeah, he took a look at Torrey Hunter, and I suppose it was a close game. He might have even taken the out because Hunter was coming. But again, 9-1, and he's got a gun. He's got a, maybe a little bit inaccurate, but again, this is going to be something to see. Miguel Tejada really played his heart out, but never really looked comfortable at 3rd base. So Bell might be an upgrade defensively.
Mike Bordick was out early today, working with him on throwing over to 1st.
Yeah, Jake Fox also, who will play everywhere. He was out there taking ground balls with Josh.
Here's Rivera, 1 for 2 with a single, and he is grounded out. 2 down, runner at 3rd base, and on the inside corner for a strike.
Well, you bring up Mike Bordick's name, and I think anybody that had a chance, I mean, really a privilege of seeing him come out over from Oakland, eventually would take Cal Ripken's place, saw that his work ethic was, I'm going to come to the ballpark and get better every day I come. And I think Buck Showalter embraces that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for everybody.
Yep.
Everybody. That's what baseball's about.
Juan Rivera, the 0-1 delivery. What else you would expect from a Maine kid? And a 2-strike count on Rivera.
You're talking about Bordick for me.
Yes, I'm talking about Bordick.
Now, Buck, of course, because I know he lived in Century, Florida, went to Mississippi State. All-American first baseman outfielder.
Yes.
The misfortune of signing with the Yankees with Mattingly in front of you.
As he said, once I saw Mattingly play, I knew my career was not going to be at first base with the Yankees. And that's when he started listening to Johnny Oates about managing. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Rivera. It's going to be a great time for Buck, an emotional one this weekend with Johnny Oates' family coming up for the Hall of Fame induction. He has not seen them in 5 years. Johnny Oates' wife and youngsters will be on hand, and Buck will be there. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Rivera will chop that one foul.
Well, that's really what the Oriole Hall of Fame is all about. Ray Miller, of course, terrific job as pitching coach, managed the Orioles. I went to Pittsburgh for a while. He had a lot to do with the success. And Johnny Oates, of course, I mentioned last night, I went 10-0 with him, and he was a terrific guy. He got me through. I in fact, met John when I hurt my shoulder. Thought my career was over. And he was the guy that's kind of spurring me on that, you know, you'll be all right. I didn't think it at the time. So, again, a very supportive guy.
1-ball, 2-strike delivery on. That's going to be off the end of the bat. Center field. Jones is there, and he's got it. Rivera's retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. 9-1 O's.
Protecting America every day.
And a little breeze of Old Glory out there. Buck Showalter looking to make it 2-0, debuting as the manager of the Orioles last night. These managers have won their debut with the O's: Hank Bauer, Earl Weaver, Cal Sr., Davey, Lee Mazzilli, Sam Perlazzo, and Buck Showalter. Showalter, by the way, is 3-1 overall in debuts with the different teams that he's managed. Those were the Oriole managers who won Game 1. Done? Not sure.
I think so, yeah. And then Rick Granitz had a smile on his face, Oriole pitching coach.
That's going to be a base hit into right field, Ty Wigginton. So Wigginton's got a 2 for 4.
Yeah, he got the big hit. You had mentioned that all the runs scored back in the 4th, all 5 of them with 2 outs. He got that big hit. Got a slider right here. Again, fastball. Not trying to hit home runs, just hit it hard. And boy, that's how you get it back on track. You get base hits. You slow the ball down, let it travel a little bit farther, get your hits, and then all of a sudden you feel more comfortable. And you never know. Power numbers just go back to where they were earlier in the season for Wiggy.
And Luke Scott certainly part of that 4th. He's got a single, a homer, 2 RBIs. Homering in 3 consecutive games now. And Luke went around on that one, our 4th drive of the game.
Yeah, after the 2-run single by Wigginton, so now home runs in 3 consecutive games. This one not as prodigious as last night, but I think, what 442 feet, 22 feet? I don't know, wasn't forever. Kind of towards Boog was ducking. Yeah, Boog was ducking out there in the barbecue land out on Utah Street.
He'll take that.
A lot of hits, a lot of offense. I mean, look at the middle of that lineup. 2 for 4, 2 for 3, 3 for 3. PA 3 for 3. A lot of damage.
And Luke Scott with the drive of the game. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. 0-2 delivery to him. Check swing. Thompson wants it checked. His catcher isn't listening to him. And Thompson says, never mind.
Luke turns his back and goes, even if you call me out, I'm not listening. Just in case you thought I swung at that.
That was kind of funny. Thompson walked in towards Mathis and asked the third base umpire. And Mathis was getting a new baseball, never saw him. And Thompson just said, okay. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Scott. And he'll step off. They're ready. We told you there are thunderstorms in the area. And the grounds crew, they're not waiting for the attack.
Well, it's already been raining runs tonight for the Orioles. I know. Well, it's getting, you can feel it getting a little bit cooler, and the
breeze has picked up a little bit. Scott in the air towards center. Borges charging. That'll be the first out. Wigginton back to first. I'll tell you, Borges coming in to play center field for the Angels. You certainly cannot have a much better mentor than the guy who's going to be on the other side of you in right field. And you've got one of the all-time great defensive center fielders. Torrey Hunter is your teammate out there.
Well, 9 Gold Gloves. I think only Ken Griffey Jr. with more in center field, 1. So there you go. And he said that, and he said, don't get me wrong. I would like to win another Gold Glove, my 10th. But again, this is what I'm doing to help the ball club. And
that'll be taken by Jones. Amber.
Well, Gary, Torrey Hunter told me that he wants to do everything he can to help the young center fielder. And I said, was there a veteran that did that for you? And he said, not really. I had to earn my way kicking and screaming to get attention, and I don't want him to have to do that. He said he's the fastest guy I've seen out there in a while, and I think he makes the team better. Gary.
Boy, Hunter is such a team player. What was he used to the Los Angeles Times? Sometimes you have to slap and eat your ego in the face. I mean, that's what he said about going over there, because he loved playing center field and just said, I got to do this for the team. It's pouring out right now. Jones will take it inside. Jones, 2 doubles, a single, and 3 runs scored in the ball game. So a big night for Adam. He's got his 9th 3-hit ball game. Two ball, 1 strike count. And when it started in a hurry, and the folks scrambling to get back. 3-1. Only 1 away. Jerry Lane is the crew chief. He's at third base. 3-1 on Jones. Rich Thompson working with Wigginton on at first base. The Orioles 13 hits now. And he'll foul it back.
Boy, there's your home run swing, or at least your aggressive swing at a pitch you're looking for, and he's done a nice job of that tonight. 2 of the hits tonight down the right field line for Adam. Big drops.
And Jerry Lane's waving it off. So with a count 3-2, 1 down and a runner at first here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, we will get a rain delay. And the grounds crew will try and get it out, and we'll hope these are just passing thunderstorms here that will go by in a hurry. Rain delay here at Camden Yards. The Orioles have the 9-1 lead as they look to get win number 2 against the Angels. be. This will guarantee it, huh?
Yeah, 93 pitches for him, and it's not going to dampen what he was able to do tonight. He pitched out of trouble in the first. Got the double play after leadoff hitter in the second. See the big curveball. Not a lot of strikeouts, not a lot of walks. Exactly the way you want to pitch. On a hot, humid night, he outpitches a guy that had one of the best, the third best ERA on the road in Irvin Santana. And then his offense again for the second night, 6 runs last night. Tonight they're getting all the keys, the extra base hits, and this is the way you want to play. Whether Buck Showalter's managing or not, they're just doing what you're doing. And I played on a lot of teams, and it is easy when all facets of the game are going your way. And of course, to do that, you got to have good starting pitching. So that's back-to-back nights, something they haven't had, especially from other than Guthrie tonight. Mattis deserved to win, and looks like he's going to get to win when we start this game again.
And the pitchers have not hurt their costume. The last 2 ball games, Oriole pitchers have not walked a batter, and that's the first time this year that the Orioles have gone 2 games without walking an opposing hitter, and continuing that so far as Mattis had no walks in his outing.
Yeah, and I think what we saw from Brian Mattis after struggling in Kansas City, early lead, walked 4 in the 4th inning after almost being perfect through the first 3, is that did a little homework in between with Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach. They established down and away. That's, to me, where he has to be able to go. We saw Bedard come up. Yep. Bedard had good stuff, maybe a little better than Brian, but he was better inside, which is what Brian does. So now all of a sudden, everybody knows that. Now he's established a way, worked with a changeup, had a good curveball tonight, and then they supported one of the runs, and they got him late. And that's always nice when you get into that 4th or 5th inning and you have a cushion to work with.
He's almost had as many runs scored in this ball game for him as he's had in all of the other starts that he's made here at Camden Yards this season, because he's looking for his first win here. Couple of question marks. One that will be asked tonight is about Brian Roberts. Brian has worked through the pain to stay in. He started the ball game off with a single and a stolen base in the first inning, and then on this throw to try and pick him off, he got hit on the foot. Now, whether it's the foot and or the back, we're not sure, but he has stayed in the game.
I think initially I was worried because obviously when you had a couple of epidurals and you missed 3 months or so, you figure it might be back related because back is such a fragile part of your body. But it didn't look in the ensuing innings, at least when we got into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning, that it was other than getting hit right on that foot. So that that's painful.
Yeah, hot dog time.
I think it is.
Did you know that?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Okay. So it's hot dog time.
It's not the rain. I can smell the hot dogs in the background.
All right, we've got a rain delay. The Orioles have a 9-1 lead, and as soon as we are ready to restart, we'll be back to bring it to you. can see they are putting the tarp away. So a very quick thunderstorm. There are more in the area, but they want to get this started again. The Orioles have the 9-1 lead. Back here with Jim Palmer, I'm Gary Thorne. The Orioles certainly want to get this one put away as they've got the big lead, and Felix PA a very big part of it.
Yeah, both nights. Last night, a lot of great plays, couple of hits, single, double. Tonight, just trying to get a guy over. He would end up hitting a double down the line. He would come up with a triple. So, again, if you're going to score a lot of runs, they're doing in the last two games what they didn't do. And if you go back to Felix PA, the last 2 months of last year, there's the ball just trying to get him over all the way down into third base. So, again, 3 for 3, triple, 2 singles, 3 RBIs, stolen base, something he doesn't do very often. Number 2 on the years, but last 2 months of the season in spring training, he was the Orioles' best hitter. So, again, he's only 25, and I know I said this, and maybe it's a stretch, but Carl Crawford, terrific player down in Tampa, probably going to pay $15-16 million for him. The Orioles' version of Carl Crawford, if he could improve his defense and maybe steal some bases, is Felix PA. You got him out of the minor leagues. He had great minor league numbers at 299. All of a sudden now showing us that he can play at this level, and he's got to have 2 months to prove it.
Well, we expect Brian Mattis to come out of the ball game with a chance to win it. Game will be turned over to the bullpen in all likelihood, and we should be getting underway within the next 8 to 10 minutes. So as soon as they're ready to go, we'll be back. Rain delay for now. Orioles up. As we're back, the rain delay about to end. A lot of lightning still in the area, but the rain has stopped. The short rain delay. Rich Thompson, who was pitching when it started, will stay. Wigginton started the 6th inning with a single. Scott flied to center. Now Adam Jones will continue his at bat. A 3-ball, 2-strike count with 1 away. The Orioles leading 9-1 here in the bottom half of the 6th, and we're ready to resume. Thompson with the 3-2 delivery, and that's to second. There's 1 and there's 2. No, he dropped it. Sorry. Napoli's had a tough time over there at first base. That was back into the runner towards Wigginton, but he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, I think Wiggy's trying to get in the way. He knew that he's probably going to get doubled up if he can't either deflect the ball. Of course, you have the right to go back into the bag. You're right about Napoli, though. And again, right there, he sees he better scurry back and couldn't really tell whether it nicked him or whatever, but it falls right at the feet of Napoli. He goes, give me the mask and the protector.
Yeah.
He did a nice job catching last night, even though they said that Mathis and Bobby Wilson are better, but he had a nice night behind the plate.
Well, now PA, who's had a good night at the plate, will get another shot at it since they did not get the double play. He's triple, 2 singles, 3 RBIs, 3 for 3. Wigginton on with 2 down. And that will be fouled off by PA.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a little cut fastball or slider, but it's a pretty effective pitch. So ball just going away from the righties into the lefties. Already with 10 hits as we look at Matt Albers getting ready to come in for Brian Mattis. 10 hits from 3, 4, and 5, 6 in the lineup. So very productive middle of the lineup tonight. Even Asturias with a sacrifice. Everybody chipping in.
1-1 delivery on the way. The off-speed pitch is in by Thompson. 1 and 2. Irvin Santana started for the Angels. 9 runs, 12 hits over 3 2/3 innings, including the home run picked up by Luke Scott. Brian Mattis still officially in the ball game, but he'll be coming out. A run on 7 hits over 6 innings. Did not walk a batter and struck out 3. 1-2 delivery, and PA bloops it to short, where it will be played by AT BAL. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Albers will be coming on. 9-1-0s. TNT, rethink possible, and by Honda. Look for money-saving leases and low financing at your Honda dealer. 9-13-0 for the Orioles, 1-7-1 for the Angels through 6. We go to the 7th. Brian Mattis looking for his 4th win is out of there. Matt Albers is on.
Yeah, last appeared in Kansas City on Thursday night, and it's been pretty good over the last number of games. So 13 2/3 innings, only 2 runs. That's over 7 games. In that game in Kansas City, pitched 2/3 of an inning, a base on ball, and a hit. The Orioles winning that night. In fact, the only night they won in Kansas City.
Lugo is going to take over at second base. Brian Roberts has come out of the ball game, officially announced as a left shin contusion. after being hit with the ball on an attempted pickoff at second base. O'Brien hung on, stayed in, ended up with the single, stolen base, RBI, walk, run scored. Napoli will lead it off as we go to the 7th inning. Napoli an RBI and a ground ball out that came in the 4th inning after Kendricks had doubled, and that's the only run on the board as the Orioles have the 9-1 lead. Napoli 0 for 2 in the ball game, and that's going to be inside. Brian Roberts 1 RBI, 2 for Wigginton, 2 for Scott on his 20th home run. PA's got 3 RBIs. Bell's got 1. Kahn up in the bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. And that will miss by Albers. Yeah, fastball 2-1.
Yeah, he'd like to get that pitch because that's his strength down in the strike zone. Came up with a slider in spring training. Good curveball on occasion. Of course, Napoli, real good fastball hitter.
Napoli 0 for 2 off Albers, and that is going to miss. And the count goes to 3-1. But Showalter trying to make it 2-0. Second game managing for the Orioles, and big time offensive production in the 2 games. 9 hits, 6 runs last night. That's going to be into left field for a base hit. PA over to get it. And Napoli is on here in the 7th inning with the leadoff single. Find the latest gear at the official online shop of the Orioles. Browse the largest online selection of official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more for the whole family. You can shop 24/7. Get your gear from the official source. It's the Orioles.com shop. Jeff Mathis, who is doing the catching, is struck out and grounded out. Just a 24-minute rain delay. That is taken outside for a ball. Mathis in the ball game, batting in the 8th spot. Runner on with the 8th hit of the night for the Angels. Napoli at first base. And the 1-0.
You can see how much quicker that bat gets when you can sit on fastballs. You know you're going to get it. It's 9-1 Orioles. Difference between throwing strike 1 and strike 2 is so huge. Strike 1 and ball 1. Right here, just, command your stuff, get a ground ball, try to turn 2, make sure you get the lead runner with an 8-run lead. And if you're Matt Albers, you're trying to show Buck Showalter, I can command the strike zone.
Here's the 1-1 delivery to him, and that will be down low. A 2-ball, 1 strike count from Albers. We are in August, but this is the first time these 2 teams have met on the season. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and caught the outside corner with that one. 2-ball, 2 strike count. Mathis looking in, Albers pitching away. It's been a tough set of games here since the All-Star break for the Angels. Offensively, they came in with a .225 batting average in their last 7 games, averaging 3.6 runs per ball game. As we said, since the All-Star break, they are 7-10.
Yeah, they just had that one bad month, July. Unable to play well. The worst month, 9-17, while the Rangers were playing well.
In the air to center, Jones. Runner halfway will go back.
Yeah, they kind of
came off a great June. I mean, they were 18-9 in June, and then, as you said, Jim, 9-17 in July.
And it was kind of like an Oriole month in the sense where they didn't score a lot of runs, a little bit over 6 or 7 runs, and giving up 4.3, and that's all it takes. Just that little margin over a season, in the Orioles' case, or in a month when you're trying to contend with a team that's playing well like the Rangers.
Borges up, the center fielder. Tonight has picked up his first major league hit, a single in his first at bat tonight. Got his first stolen base and his first assist as he had to put out at third base.
Yeah, they play him a step to pull. I think I might shift. If I was pitching, if I was pitching now, I'd play him really to pull. But Late on the ball through center fielder, you might move a couple of steps. Now Adam Jones has gone from 2 steps in the left center all the way about 2 steps to the right of center field. And that's what you want. You want a center fielder that's paying attention to how the hitter's reacting to your stuff. And even Nick Markakis, he's getting a little bit of information from the bench. He's moved over a couple of steps.
Came inside to him. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Borges. Matt Albers with a lot of room to work here with the Orioles 9-1 lead in the ball game. Borges was hitting .314 at AAA in Salt Lake when he was called up. Came up in the month of July in which he hit .438 in July.
52 hits.
Yeah, we're talking
in a month.
That.
Yeah, I mean that's it amazed him.
Amazed everybody.
Got him to the big leagues in a hurry.
Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way. Borges will chop that one fair, and that's a base hit. Down to second base goes Napoli, the 3rd infield hit tonight for the Angels. 2 on and 1 away.
Yeah, the minute he tops this ball, it's a base hit because you're not playing there. 8-run lead. You can see Bell back where he should be, playing off the line, especially after the couple of swings. You give him the line, take away the hole, and then he just pounds one into the ground and beats it out.
We'll bring up the leadoff batter. Ibar is singled 1 for 3. 276 on the year for him now. And Ibar against Albers, 2 for 3. That one will miss outside for a ball. 2 on, 9 hits in the ball game for the Angels. We're in the 7th inning. The Orioles have the big lead based on 3 runs in the 2nd inning and a 5-run 4th inning. Albers with a 1-0 delivery, and that's going to miss down low, and the count goes to 2-0. 13,467 the announced attendance tonight. Game 2 with Buck Showalter right back here tomorrow night. Hope you'll get out and see the O's. Got a great matchup. Vic Arrieta and Dan Herron. That one towards the corner in right field is going to be a foul ball.
Yeah, a little unfortunate for the Angels, fortunate for Matt Albers. He's been trying to get back into the count. He's got to elevate the ball to throw a strike. And missing down, and Ibar there waiting.
Albers comes in 5th in the American League in relief innings pitched, 52 1/3. Oriole bullpen has been active because the Orioles starters have not gone particularly deep in games.
Of course, for him, this is really 5 days since he's pitched. Not as sharp as he'd like to this point.
2-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to miss inside. So he falls behind 3-1. Albers, the left-hander's 297, right-hander's 223 off him. 2 on. Only 1 away. Ibar with his tourist waiting on deck. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Ibar will foul it into the screen. And the count's full, 3-2. We'll see if Mike Scioscia takes the chance on sending him here. As Ibar is grounded into just 5 double plays. 3-2, runners not going, and that one in the air to left center. Jones has got to give chase and will not get to it. He does cut it off. A late start. Napoli will score, and they will hold Borges at 3rd, and it will be a double for Ibar, and it's a 9-2 game.
Yeah, I think the 2-0 pitch where he ripped it foul, Adam Jones is not playing over in left center. So again, he gets the ball, good tail, but the ball's in the air a long time, but it finds the hole. Adam can't quite get it. Napoli's going to score easy. We're just right behind him.
Literally. So Ibar with a base hit, RBI number 23 for him. Rick Kranitz on his way out. Bullpen activated. Just activated. It's David Hernandez just starting to throw. So it's a 10-hit ball game for the Angels, but they've only got 2 runs to show for it. Ryan Mattis worked through a couple of tough innings. 2 in scoring position left on in the first. Third inning, 2 in scoring position left on. And really settled it in. Didn't walk anybody. 9-2 ball game. 2 runners in scoring position. These 2 get in, and it gets a little too interesting from the Orioles' perspective. As Torres has single, popped out and flied out.
Well, he's either down or just a little bit off the plate, inside or outside.
One-0 count. And as Torres will foul tip that one.
There's plenty of stuff there. Everybody you ever talk to, even when he pitches poorly, go, boy, looks like he's got a good arm, and he does. It's just sometimes can't quite command it.
Torres has been outstanding at .351 with runners in scoring position. We'll foul that back, 1-2. Seeing that Albers really needs to be on a pretty regular schedule of appearances, huh?
Yeah, well, I think what happens, we always talk, are you going to throw like a Ferris wheel where you go towards home plate or a merry-go-round? And he gets into that merry-go-round status, and then it's a struggle.
And as Torres continues it, that's going to be to the wall. That will score Borges and Ibar. Throw into second base. Not in time, and he stays on the bag. Is Torres with a 2 RBI double and a 9-4 game.
Yeah, with 2 strikes. He comes up and in, and I'll tell you what, a terrific at bat right here. And again, the ball's up. And watch him turn on it. And again, that lead arm, that front arm allows him to get the bat head out there. And here comes Buck Showalter as Markakis will throw it in.
Buck Showalter, he comes out to make the change. There's no question about what he's doing. He bounds out of the dugout and runs to the mound. David Hernandez will come on. 9-4 ball game. Reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. David Hernandez out of the bullpen.
So David Hernandez, last appearance, blown save, 2-run home run by Billy Butler. There are the numbers. He can be overpowering. Tried to come in on Butler, didn't get it in. And that was the night after. That was Saturday night in Kansas City, trying to hold on with a 3-2 lead. The night after Simone threw the 3-run home run to Alex Gordon. So a couple of back-to-back blown saves.
Runner at second base and 1 out. 3 runs in here in the 7th inning. Bobby Abreu up. Abreu 1 for 7 off Hernandez. I have a feeling that fan actually thinks David Hernandez is pretty darn good.
Yeah. Kind of like the post office through rain and sleet and snow. I mean, rain delayed and better. He signed, didn't get wet.
Awesome. That's down low and a 2-0 count.
Well, he'll take the walk, and that's what they need, base runners. Boy, it'd be nice to come in and throw strike 1.
Abreu's got an 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts, and he is flied out to center field. Runner at second base is Torres with the 2 RBI double. Here's the 2-0 delivery to him. Abreu takes it, and David Hernandez falls behind 3-0. Now Hernandez suffering the same malady as Matt Albers, getting behind on these hitters. Albers just a third of an inning, charged with 4 hits. No walks, no strikeouts, and responsible for the runner at second base. 3-0 delivery on the way. Abreu takes it all the way for a strike.
Well, there's a tendency for young pitchers with inexperience that they figure, okay, big lead, I can just throw the ball. You still have to pitch. You still have to execute your pitches. And it starts with strike 1. And hitters like Abreu stay out of the middle of the plate.
3-1 delivery on the way. Abreu to the gap in right center field, and he found it. His Torres will come around to score. Jones back to get it. It'll be a stand-up double and an RBI for Abreu, and it's suddenly a 9-5 ball game.
Yep. You got to throw a strike because you get behind and he's waiting. I mean, this is part of a veteran. He works the count as well as anybody, and then gets a 3-1 pitch and then just hits it up the gap. And you're 3 hitters from a guy that has great numbers. And with Hunter stepping to the plate, Rivera off of David Hernandez 3 for 6.
Abreu gets his 58th RBI. Here's Hunter. And he'll take the pitch for a strike. Still only 1 away. There have been 3 doubles and 2 singles in this inning for the Angels, with Abreu at second base. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Hunter. Check swing, he went around on it. He had a double his last time up. He's 2 for 3 with a single, and he has grounded out. That's 12 hits for the Angels. Orioles have 13, but they've got the 9-5 lead. Torrey Hunter at 288 on the year, trying to get Abreu around. Albers charged with all 4 runs that have scored here in the inning so far.
Yeah, nice block right there, because that ball does get by him. They're going to play the infield back, and a little bit easier to get that 6th run. Right there, collapse on it. He does a nice job of it. Keeps it in front of him.
Hunter 0 for 3 off David Hernandez. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And he laces it to left. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Abreu has to stop at third, as he had to wait to see if that might be caught. And the Angels continue after the rain delay to pound the ball.
Well, they are getting good pitches to hit. This is a hanging curveball. I mean, the Orioles should know that if you don't make good pitches, Santana was a perfect example. You can have some pretty productive at bats. So he hangs a curveball after he got him to swing through a good one. And Torrey Hunter says, I don't care where I'm playing, right field, center field, you hang me a curveball, I'm going to have a good at that, and he does.
So a 3-hit ball game for Hunter. Now Kendrick, he has doubled and scored. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. Howie Kendrick with a 7-game hit streak now. He's still only 1 away. Koji O'Hara gets up and starts throwing in the bullpen. Leading doubles man on the ball club. Kendrick's got 29. First and third and 1 out. Hernandez in the dirt. What a scoop. Wieters had a chance, but diving back in is Hunter. Good quick throw by Wieters.
Yeah, nice catch in the first place, and then the snap throw. And of course, Hunter, he's thinking about getting into scoring position in case the ball gets by Matt Wieters. And nice play by Wickenton, just catching it, low throw, and he almost tags him out.
One ball, 1 strike delivery. And a good pitch off speed that he had to wait on. Wigginton, he's got it. So Kendrick is retired, and there are 2 away here in the 7th inning.
Well, sometimes the misthrown, the backup slider, breaking ball can be a terrific pitch. You made a great point. You wait for it to break, and it doesn't. Just keep spinning, and he pops it up.
So first and third with 2 down. Hendrickson has joined O'Hara. Angels have batted around here in the 7th inning. The 9th man to come to the plate will be Juan Rivera. Rivera singled, grounded out, and flied out. David Hernandez trying to end it right here, but Rivera is 3 for 6 off Hernandez. First and third, 2 down. White Sox have beaten Detroit again. They split a doubleheader yesterday. They beat the Tigers tonight, so the Tigers are now 8 games behind. And the Twins starting the day a game and a half out with the White Sox on top in the division. White Sox coming in for 4 games here. Breaking ball. That will be outside and a 1-0 count. Angels already know that if they do not come back in this game, Oakland beat KC 4-3 tonight, they'll be in 3rd place, as Oakland will move into 2nd place alone. Rivera, the 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball misses outside, 2-0.
Well, everybody knows the fastball is coming here. And that's one of the consequences of, okay, Rivera, better fastball hitter. Of course, you throw from 93 to 97. You try to get him out with breaking balls, which is great if you can get him over. And if not, he becomes a very patient hitter looking for his pitch.
2-0 delivery to him, and that's going to fall away. Runner coming home, and the throw goes wild. Bell will get it at third. So Abreu will come across. It is a 9-6 game, and now Hernandez appears to be shaken up.
Yeah, well, when you know that and you overthrow it because you know you got to make a good pitch, and that is an out at home plate if you get in and cover the home plate, because Wieters makes a great play, and then David must have tripped. You know, a lot of very uneven turf at home plate. And again, he just overthrows this and bounces it. And right there, if he can get there under control, which he doesn't, and I don't know if he steps on the bat or he stumbles in one of the. So again, anytime you get a leg injury, ankle injury, knee injury, you got to be very careful.
Take a look at it as he comes in to cover.
See, the throw's going to beat him. If you catch it, he's out. Of course, he doesn't.
This kind of stumbled, it looked like, and that's going to be it for David Hernandez. So he's going to come out of the ball game. The Angels are back into this thing. That's the 9th wild pitch that has been charged to David Hernandez this year, and that one was enough to score a run here and makes it a 9-6 game. O'Hara coming on the pitch. He'll get as many warm-up tosses as he wants here, since he's coming in for an injured David Hernandez. Oh, Buck Showalter having to run out there and make this change, and still hard to see what happened here.
Yeah, I just think right there, maybe, probably didn't get quite on the ball of his toe, reaching with that right foot. And again, it's a nice play by Wieters because the throw beats him. He just can't quite get to it. And of course, you're trying to avoid the runner. Abreu getting there as quickly as he can for the 6th run. So they are having an ending like the Orioles had back in the 4th. 5 runs already.
They have batted around. Koji O'Hara says he is ready.
Yeah, Koji's been pitching pretty well. Only a third of an inning in Kansas City. Did give up a run in Toronto, but on the last homestand was very, very good. And with him, at least it appears that the fastball, a little bit of extra life when the hamstring got better, because your leg's such an important part of pitching.
Each team now with 13 hits in the ball game. Rivera's got a 3-0 count with a runner at second base, Torrey Hunter. And the 3-0 delivery is a strike on the outside corner. Rivera has singled 1 for 3. Resuming his at bat here against another pitcher. There is Hunter, who delivered a base hit and then went down to second on the wild pitch.
Yeah, and then home run power in a 3-1 count waiting on deck. And Mike Napoli.
Here's the 3-1 delivery to him, and he walked it. There's the first walk surrendered in the last 3 games by Oriole pitchers. That walk will go to Hernandez. And now runners at first and second, and incredibly, the potential tying run is at the plate. Napoli started this inning out with a single and gets his second at bat in the 7th.
Yeah, it all started with Matt Albert's 9-1 lead. Got behind him, had to throw him a fastball, hit it into left field.
Napoli with 2 on and 2 down. And a strike on the outside corner. Napoli, 6-game hit streak he has continued in this ball game. He has had 4 home runs, 10 RBIs in his last 15 ball games coming into this one. 0-1 count. And Napoli, Torres knocks it down. It'll be another infield hit. The 4th infield hit in this ball game for the Angels, and it will load the bases.
Yeah, trying to stay away from the fastball, slider up, and again the strength of Mike Napoli, able to hit it hard even though it was up and away. And then Torres right here going to knock it down, will save the Orioles a run. But as you said, Gary, loads them up.
Alberto Callaspo is going to come on as the pinch hitter for Mathis, the catcher. Callaspo has been red hot in this lineup. He started last night. Came over from Kansas City. He's got a 7-game hit streak, 9 for his last 27 for Callaspo. He continued it last night with a 1 for 4.
And if you're Buck Showalter, you decide, do I want him to face righties, even though his numbers are better, or do I want to bring in Hendrickson, where both righties and lefties are hitting over 300 against Mark?
And Callaspo will take it for a strike. A big moment in the ballgame.
Sure is. And you know, again, the one thing that Koji Uehara can do when he is pitching well is the split-fingered fastball, and that's how he started him off.
Callaspo has no at-bats as a pinch hitter this year. That is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Hunter, the lead runner at third, had a single. Rivera got the walk. He's at second. Napoli, the single. He's at first. Koji Uehara with 2 down, trying to end the inning against Callaspo. The 0-2 delivery, Callaspo takes it.
Yeah, there's a splitter just trying to get him out in front, which they did, but he laid off it.
5-run 7th inning. Changing what looked like a runaway win for the Orioles into a tight ball game. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Callaspo to second base. Lugo. And Uehara gets the big out. So 5 runs crossed, but it's still the Orioles on top 9-6, 7th inning stretch. Brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Please drink responsibly.
inning. Luke Scott will get his 20th home run of the season. So the Orioles take a 9-1 lead, and then the Angels in the 7th inning. Albers comes in, doesn't make a lot of good pitches. David Hernandez the same way, gets hurt on a wild pitch, and Koji Uehara comes in. So there it is. Mattis, I don't know if he's in line to win a game, but he certainly pitched well enough to do it. Left with a 9-1 lead. And again, a lot of offense by both teams. 27 hits and 15 runs through 6.5 innings.
So Cayespo will stay in the ballgame and play third base. As Torres, who had been there, moves over to second. And Kendrick, who had been at second, moves over to first. As around the horn they go. And Napoli comes in to catch. They went right around in a circle. Third to home, all the way around backwards. And here's
Michael
Kahn.
Like James Kahn.
Like James Kahn, the actor. Actually.
Exactly. Got better stuff.
Thank you.
He pitched last night. He got called up just recently. So we saw him last night. Kind of a funky delivery. So he'll come in, try to keep it right where it is. The Orioles certainly would like to get some more offense, try to expand that 3-run lead. It's a rather interesting 7th inning.
2 big innings for each team. The Orioles 5 runs, 5 hits in the 4th inning. The Angels 5 runs, 7 hits in the 7th inning and left the bases loaded. Bottom half of the 7th. Matt Wieters leads it off. A walk, a strikeout. He's grounded out. He has scored a run. And he will foul that one away. Kahn made his debut, major league debut against Boston on July 26, called up that day. He has moved up from AA to AAA to the majors in 1 season. Started out AA Arkansas 2-2, 3 saves there. AAA 3-2 and had 8 saves with a 1.95 ERA at Salt Lake. And now here he is. Matt Wieters trying to get on to start it for the Orioles. And he got jammed and fouls that pitch back. Well, the ball game very much in question now after the Orioles had the 9-1 lead. Wieters, Bell, and his Torres due up. Two managers who have faced each other a lot. That ball is going to be fouled away. In fact, there's only one manager that Buck Showalter has had more games against as a manager, and that's Mike Hargrove. He managed against Hargrove for 94 games. He's managed against Mike Scioscia now in 81. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And right straight back into the screen.
Another pretty good swing by Matt Wieters.
One and 2. Wieters still with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Up the middle. Ouch. Third base, Cayespo. Oh, what a nice play. 1-5-3, and it looks like Kahn is all right.
Yeah, he takes one for the club, little ricochet, and then not a lot of speed from Matt Wieters. Take a look right here, again off some part of the body. You can see Ibar, he's going up the middle to catch it, and then here comes Cayespo. He comes in to pinch hit and now makes a nice defensive play. Formerly a shortstop, second baseman, so
good arm.
Yeah.
Gets the first out of the inning. Bell has had an RBI single, struck out a reach on an error. Good job by Rich Thompson, the reliever for Santana. He worked 2 1/3, gave up a hit.
Yeah, nice stuff. You know, nice curveball, good cutter, fastball, you know, low to occasionally mid-90s.
1 delivery on the way off speed, swung over that one, and a 2 strike count.
He did exactly what a long man's supposed to do, which is try to slam on the brakes, and he was able to do that. Orioles have not scored since the 4th inning.
0-2 count. Bell with that wide open stance, and the fastball is going to be away, and the count goes to 1-2. A grinded out ball game. Albers charged with 4 runs, 4 hits in the 3rd of an inning. Hernandez 1 run, 2 hits in the 3rd of an inning. The starter, Brian Mattis, still hoping for the win. A run on 7 hits over 6. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And that's going to be outside. And it's 3-2 to Bell. Con really falls off to that.
Well, yeah, and
side.
By doing that, Gary, they really exposes the ball to left-handed hitters that came in hitting .571. Now it's limited bats. So you got to see the ball. Again, deception such an important part. I guess maybe that's one of the reasons he's able to get the ball to sink a little bit. But they pick it up a lot better. Again, if you stay closed a little bit, of course, that may not be his windup, or it may have to become his windup.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, nobody on. And right down the middle.
Yeah, that fooled
him. 2
him.
down. Join us again tomorrow as we'll have more in the series finale. Jake Arrieta on the mound against Dan Herron. Our coverage on Masson HD begins at 6:30 with O's Extra, presented by your local Ford dealer, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson. Aaron, who can pile up the strikeouts.
Yeah, good stuff. Really knows how to pitch. Of course, playing for the Diamondbacks till he was traded. Got hit with a line drive his first game, had to leave it. And then got outdueled by Rich Harden of the Rangers 2-1 in his next start.
He will come in with 141 strikeouts in 141 innings. 2-0 count on Asturis. 2 down, nobody on. Asturis, a sacrifice. He has flied out and popped out. And that one towards the hole is going to be, we'll see.
Probably going to be a base hit. Doesn't matter for the Angels who plays first base tonight.
Kendrick went over and had it bounce off his glove, and it is a single.
A little topspin. You could see him again topspin this ball, so it's got the overspin on it. Kendrick goes a long way. Former second baseman, so he's very rangy and off his glove into right field, right center field.
5-game hit streak for his tourist. Julio Lugo is going to get his first at bat. He's in for Brian Roberts. Roberts out with the left shin contusion. And Lugo with 2 down and a runner on at first base. And the Orioles will once again try and manufacture a runner more here with 2 down. Lugo's first appearance in this series, hitting .312 in his last 28 games. And the pitch is inside to him for a ball. Count. Orioles up by 3, trying to add to it here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A lot of pitches thrown in this ball game. 1-0 delivery on the way, and that will be taken, and a 2-0 count. As they say, what a difference a day makes in a crisp, well-played, strike-filled ball game last night. And tonight, 3 1s, 3 2s. Extended innings. Both clubs have hit around in an inning. 2-0 delivery on the way. Had to reach for that. Napoli. And no play. Count goes to 2-1. Is Turris off first base. And a look over.
And I'm sure Michael Kahn says, well, if it's an Asturis, our Asturis runs. He stole a base tonight. Got 6 now, only been caught once.
They're brothers?
Yeah, the half brother. Yeah, they're half brothers, but he says I was saying he's my brother. And he's 7 out of 12 when it comes to stealing bases.
2-1 delivery. Lugo again gets turned inside with it, and a 3-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, Julio not happy when they pitch him in. And of course, his style is to kind of hang all over the plate. And a better hitter out over the plate. He's not a power guy, but that's the way he's able to hit it from gap to gap.
3-1 the count. Runner not going and swung on and foul tipped into the mitt. A 3-ball, 2-strike count on Lugo. High heater that he went after. Scott Shields in the bullpen.
A scoreless inning last night for the Angels.
Lugo will back up. Not going to hold the runner. 3-2 with 2 down. He's going, and the ball is popped up in the air. Shallow right center, second baseman. Called off. Hunter's in to put it away. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 7 complete. And a ball game yet to be decided. For the Angels. This date in history, let's take a look. 1948. Ernie Harwell called his first game. He was substituting for Red Barber. He came from the Atlanta Crackers in a trade for a player in order to be there to broadcast that game. Tom Seaver, 1985, Yankee Stadium, became the 17th Major League pitcher to win his 300th game. And in 1992, the actor Charlie Sheen paid $93,500 for the Mookie Ball, the one that went through Buckner's legs in the 1986 World Series. This day in history. Jake Fox has come on to play at first base, and Wigginton moves over to third base. And it was going to be tested right there as it's bunted foul.
Yeah, Matter again just crawling back into the game. They've done a good job of that. Burgess already able to get on base. So we've seen him, well, he can do just about everything, which is why he's in the big leagues.
Going to be an exciting player, it looks like. 0-1 delivered. Swing and a miss. And an 0-2 count, Koji O'Hara.
Yeah, and it's about the finish on his pitches since his leg got well. Hamstring problem early on last year, hamstring and forearm. Little extra zip on the fastball. There's another. Oof. I mean, he just jumps at you. And he would tell you, you know, early in the season because of the hamstring, I couldn't do that. And even when he came back, just didn't have that right there. So again, he's, very much like a lot of Japanese pitchers where he's very relaxed and all of a sudden the ball explodes and then he's got the splitter going down.
Mark Hendrickson in the pen, the lefty. We're in the 8th inning. Here's Eric Ibar. Double scored, RBI, is also singled. Again, trying to bunt his way on. Wigginton charging in.
Well, that's how he hits 275. He brings you in and hits the ball by you. You know, as you mentioned, occasional power, more from his side with 3 of the 4 home runs. But he understands what he is. Bring him in, hit it by him. Find a gap from time to time. Yeah.
And Wigginton is in, and he tried to butcher boy that one down to third, and it's a 2-strike count.
Well, the one thing about Mike Scioscia's teams, they know what their identity is. I think he makes sure of them saying, you know what, you need to play within yourself. Don't be trying to hit home runs. Every time you put a ball in the air, it's most likely going to be an out.
Uehara with the 0-2 delivery to him. That's outside. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. We're continuing to urge, of course, that there be a Koji Uehara Sideburns Day at the ballpark. How can there not be? Huh? Here's the 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball. He went and got him. Unplayed umpire. Mike Winters making the call on that one. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. Here are the candidates tonight. Luke Scott, a big night. His 20th home run. He's also got a single, couple of RBIs. Jones, he's had a 3-hit night, 3 runs scored. NPA, he's had a 3-hit night and 3 RBIs. Text in your vote. A, B, or C to 51862. Koji Uehara with 2 down. Macer is Torres up.
Yeah, Koji is pitching exactly, I think, the way Andy McPhail envisioned. And Dave Tremblay started the year. What his role would be. Be able to come in, pitch late in the ball game, throw strikes, have a number of ways to get you out. Fastball, command, splitter going down, occasional slider. But again, because of injuries, couldn't do it.
Macer is Torres with 2 down, and he'll take the pitch down low for a ball. Uehara trying to put an end here to the bats that caught on fire in the 7th inning. Just misses. He wanted it, didn't get it. 2-2.
Well located.
As Torres, a 224 hitter, takes that one down low, and it counts full 3-2. He's trying to get on to get to the middle of the order. Uehara with 3-2. And got him. Big inning. Koji Uehara comes on and gets them swinging. Retires the side in order and protects a 9-6 lead. But the Orioles have the 9-6 lead going to the bottom half of the 8th inning after a 24-minute rain delay midway through the ball game. We go on, and now here's Scott Shields.
Yeah, an inning last night, a walk, not a typical year, but just the fact he's out there healthy. Last year, patellar tendonitis, had to have it operated. Spot start back on the 28th of July when Pinero went down with the oblique injury. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. So again, we didn't see much of the breaking ball last night. Just good command with his sinker, 92, 93. Trying to hold it right where it is and see if the Orioles can close it out.
35-year-old right-hander, just turned 35 years old. He will face Nick Markakis. Nick's double came in the big fourth inning. 1 for 4 in the ball game, 1 for 8 so far in the series. Leads it off in the bottom of the 8th. In the air to right field, Hunter. 1 pitch and 1 out. Shields has always done well against the Orioles. His ERA is 1.95 lifetime. He's not allowed an earned run to the Orioles in his last 9 outings, covering 7 2/3 innings.
Well, big, huge reason that they were able to win. Now, maybe not last year, but for the last 5 years before that, the division, because he could come in and get you to the closer. Terrific set-off man, anywhere from 60 to almost 80 appearances and quality appearances a year.
Wigginton, 2 singles, a couple of RBIs, 2 for 4 in the ball game. He was part of that big fourth inning. Ty and has joined the cast in this lineup, all involved in one way or another in the offense tonight. Falls behind on Wigginton, 3-0.
Well,
Don worked an inning, a hit and a strikeout.
Yeah, he swung 3-0 early on, and there he takes a strike.
Wigginton 0 for 3 off Shields. It's a strike on the outside corner. So Shields comes back to get the count full, 3-2.
And if you're a right-handed hitter, he's way on the third base side, stepping right at you.
Towards short, going to be a long throw. High ball, 1 hopper. Nice play. Hendrick able to come up with the scoop, and the pick will bring the second out to the inning.
Yeah, watch Manny Ibar. He's going to get to it, and then he had the rain. He's going to slip a little bit. He just had to set himself. The low throw, nice play by Kendrick. Wiggy's smelling another base hit, but again, now Kendrick said, kind of what Wiggy did last night on a couple of errant throws.
Hunter Wendelstadt right on the call at first, and there were 2 down here in the 8th inning. Luke Scott, home run number 20, came in the 4th. 2 RBI homer. He's also singled. 2 for 4 ball game, 4 for 8 in the series for Luke. And he was going for another long ball right there. Alfredo Simon ready in the bullpen.
Yeah, came in last night to get the last out of the game. Howie Kendrick on a splitter struck him out. So, again, should be well rested.
Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that'll be taken. David Hernandez, we're told, came out of the ball game with a left ankle sprain on that play at the plate where he came to cover after a wild pitch.
Yeah, so it wasn't that right ankle. It looked like he planted and slipped a little bit.
1-1 delivery on the way to Scott. That's a strike. Scott 0 for 5 off Shields. 1 ball, 2 strike count on him. 8th inning, 2 down. Middle of the order will be due up for the Angels in the 9th. But Showalter looking for win number 2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Got it. So Shields will be credited with the strikeout and a 1-2-3-8. We go to the 9th inning. Simone coming on to try and finish it out. Go to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Beautiful shot on this summer night here in Baltimore. Orioles have the 3-run lead. We go to the 9th inning. 3 outs away from the victory. Simone on.
Yeah, he's only faced one Angel, and he'll face the heart of the lineup. Abreu leading it off. Again, last night, Kendricks came in, and so did Simone, and he struck him out. Good splitter. And you know, Abreu, I mean, the amazing stat, 2 years ago, he took 92.2% of the first pitches. 630 first pitches out of 684 first pitches over the course of his at-bats. And you know he's going to work the count here.
He's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes.
No, he isn't.
And never has been. Yeah, he's got a double RBI, 1 for 4.
Yeah, nothing really happens till you get a couple of guys on. So throw strike 1, which he doesn't. So you know he's going to be taking this pitch.
Koji O'Hara worked an inning, a hit, and 3 strikeouts. And he does, and the count goes to 1-1. Simone is 15 out of 17 in saves on the year. 1-1 delivery. Center field. Jones back. And not going to get it. Base of the wall. Taking 2. Throw. It'll be a stand-up double. Abreu does his part here in the top of the 9th inning to get the potential time run on deck.
And you ask him, why do you take so many pitches? He said, I don't care what the radar gun says. I want to see what the ball does out of your hand. And there's just not a good pitch to a lefty. Down and in, just drops the bat. Adam Jones can't get to it. The ball just, short hops the wall.
So that will be hit number 15. The Angels have now out-hit the Orioles. If you'd have said that about 4 innings ago, they'd have gone, no.
Well, it's a matter of the bullpen. We said it's a battle of the bullpen. 9-1 lead.
Yep. And the pitch is inside 4, ball to Hunter. Hunter's already got a 3-hit ball game. Single, double, single. Stolen base. Torrey up with Kendrick waiting on deck. 1-0 delivery to Hunter. He'll take that for a strike on the outside corner. This has been a very tough ball game. Ryan Mattis still the pitcher of record, a run on 7 hits over 6. 1-1 delivery, swung on a fastball to get by him. 1-2. 2 starters, despite all that's happened, is still the pitchers of record in this game. Santana with 9 runs on 12 hits against him in 3 2/3 innings. Since then, the Orioles have not scored. That down to first is foul.
I see Jake Fox kind of shading the line a little bit, not way off the bag. He might have been able to catch that ball if it had been fair. But again, you have the luxury with the 3-run lead. You don't have to play the lines. Get another guy on, that may change. And they tell him get off farther. Play the percentage baseball.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way. And that's in the dirt. Readers going out to stop it. Simone has kind of incredibly not had a wild pitch.
I know, yeah.
Positive.
Well, yeah, I understand.
His pitch really gets buried in the dirt when he's throwing that splitter.
Well, and also he throws anywhere from 96, 97, and the splitter going down, and the slider, he'll overthrow it every once in a while. So it's not comfortable catching it. It just doesn't always hit the glove.
2-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be to right center field. That is in the gap. That's going to score a run. Markakis over to get it. It will be another double. Corey Hunter gets the RBI, and it's a 9-7 ball game.
Kind of like a broken record. Another pitch that stays up. Splitter that just kind of hovers around the middle of the plate. So again, the splitter's supposed to go down. This one doesn't. Corey Hunter says thank you very much.
Big night for Hunter. 4-hit ball game, including 2 doubles. That'll be RBI number 65 of the year, and Buck Showalter living through one that's slipping here in the 9th inning.
Well, you have everybody in the bullpen. I mean, you got Jason Birkin.
Nobody up.
No, and he's your right-hander. Then you got Gonzalez, Hendrickson, and Troy Patton, who's yet to pitch in the big leagues.
Still nobody out. Potential tying run now at the plate. Kendrick has doubled, 1 for 4, 7-game hit streak. Kendrick will take the pitch outside and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Been quite the comeback. Kendrick with 9 home runs and 57 RBIs in the year. Simone 1-1. Hunter is going to take off the third. Here's the throw. You gotta be kidding. He is out. Oh my gosh. For a veteran. Why, oh why, oh why.
Well, again, this is a heads-up play by Matt Wieters. And Wigington, who came in for defense, moved across the diamond. And, boy, you can't answer this question. Easily out for a huge out for the Orioles. So now all of a sudden tying run no longer at home plate.
Wow. Good throw, Matt Wieters. Torrey Hunter's out of there, and Mike Scioscia's got to be steaming. 1-2 delivery is going to be hit in the air to left field. PA coming in as Torresel. PA calls him off and will make the catch. Wow. Yeah, it's update showing the voting. The AT&T Player of the Game vote so far. Still time to cast your vote. A, B, or C to 51862. Results on the O's Extra Post Game Show.
Well, you talk so much about giving the other team an extra out. Torrey Hunter gives them an extra out.
They need a player in Major League Baseball besides Derek Jeter, who I might not pick to have that happen. It would be Torrey Hunter. That's amazing. That is a play where getting third gains you nothing.
Well, and I'm sure he's well aware of it now. I'm trying to.
Wow.
Thought process, I don't care who you are, it can be a little cloudy.
Yep. 1-0 count is Rivera. And the pitch is inside. So the fans chanting one more out as the Orioles look to make it 2-0 against the Angels.
Well, again, you know, the Angels, they know that Torrey Hunter doesn't do things like that very often, and you still need to get Rivera out because you got a home run bat waiting on deck.
And that will be taken outside, and most equally incredible, it's 3-0 on Rivera.
Well, this is, and you know, we talk about it all the time, 15 out of 17, but when Alfredo Simon comes on, most nights it's going to be a roller coaster ride. It's going to be emotional up and down, just the way it is. He's
delivered,
yeah, and gets the borderline pitch. Easily could have been called ball 4. You could see Juan makes a face. And I would imagine he might even be taken here. Down by 2 runs, yeah.
9-7 Orioles lead. Here's the 3-1 delivery on the way. And he'll foul it away, and the count is full, 3-2. So Simone with a chance to wrap this ball game up right here. And from the Orioles' perspective, the sooner the better.
Well, you know, in all fairness to Alfredo, they're asking him to do something he'd never done before. So again, you know, it's not only can you command your stuff, can you command your emotions? You know, it's difficult. I don't care who you are. You got to learn how to do it.
3-2, 2 down. That one in the air. PA going back. He's not going to get it. It'll bounce off the wall. Thinking about 2, thinking better of it. He'll go back to first base. So Rivera gets the long single to keep the inning alive.
Well, another fastball. You're trying to throw a strike. Rivera, terrific fastball hitter, and he just gets it over Felix's head in left field, and then he makes a nice throw. And Rivera comes around first and says, I'm not going to get thrown out to end the game.
Rick Kranitz will head out to talk to Simone. It's his ball game. There's Torrey Hunter. It'll be much discussed, and it'll be discussed in the context of him being moved from center to right. There are 2 down here, and the home plate umpire Mike Winters going out.
Yeah, that'll go down in the scorebook and what managers don't like to see, which is the mental mistakes. I mean, physical mistakes are so simple. You know, try to throw a ball down and away, you throw it in the middle.
Yeah.
Try to get a bunt down, you don't do it, but the mental mistakes.
Here with 2 away. Strike taken by Napoli. He's got 2 singles, an RBI, and a ground ball, and he's hit into a double play. Two managers, both fidgety. Here's the 0-1 delivered. Napoli going for the tie ball game, 0-2.
Yeah, and I know Rick Granite said, hey, this guy's a real good fastball hitter. Try to get your guy with sliders. And he does back-to-back, and this one's terrific. About as good as you could throw one.
Napoli, 8th in the league in strikeouts. 2 down. Here's the 0-2 delivery. That one in the air to right field. Nick Markakis in the book for the O's. And it did not come easy. A run in on 3 hits, no errors, and a base runner left on as the Orioles come away with a 9-7 win in the middle game of this 3-game set, giving themselves a chance